African woman. One thing I know, they love wearing sister dress. One thing I know, they love wearing sister shirts. The worst thing ever, they will put their blouse on the queen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This time is not easy. I don't know that watching or still watching is on their waist now. Hey yeah. Ocean ball confused. Yana ball confused. We don't know. But on the waist, not just tapping. Every year get new. Every year get new. African woman. The Jeff fully also can do nothing for ourselves. Every year different thing. Just putting coaches on their waist, still watching on their phone. We know that build. Without when we hustle our money, they ain't go behind African woman. One thing I know, they love wearing sister dress. One thing I know, they love wearing sister shirts. The worst thing ever, they will put their blouse on the queens. La Biren call it tunes, Zaren call it Bumbalo, Aburen call it Mampuka, Zaralune call it Daxa.
Abruptly ended like that. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever it is that you're watching from. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, my microphone was on mute.
Right. Okay. So yeah, it is what it is. We are here now. This is my opinion podcast where everybody opinions matter. And today is Saturday, and we are here just like we scheduled last week. We'll be here every Saturday 1 p.m. Liberia time. To have a bunch of opinion to discuss. So if you are watching, please go ahead and like the live, share it, and put down your comment in the comment section. And if you are gonna continue watching whatever conversation we are having, and if you have an opinion about it, and if it is too long of an opinion that you don't want to put in the comment, you can ask us to join the live, we'll definitely share the link with you in the comment. Then you can just how to call it, use the link to join the live as well and give your opinion. But anyway, yeah, Yufua, what's up? How are you doing, man? What do we have? What do we have? I know
I'm
you
good,
have
bro.
something for us.
Alhamdulillah, I'm good. It's good to be back here. And
Yeah,
it was a long week. Alhamdulillah. And the thing
wonderful.
is, I was just piling my game. I mean, we'll get Reka. And then may you leading. Oh, my days.
Oh yeah, man, look at it one. Yeah, Man U is coming back into form, and I love it. I love. I'm not a Manchester United fan, but I love to see them back. In good form. But I know, what is your opinion about the music that we're playing, Jenna? Let's be direct. What is your opinion about the music that we're playing?
I think it's a old music that we used to listen to before when we were growing up. But I think we need something. We need something new, something modern, and something educative. Because that's what we
So
stand for now.
like what? Like what? Because for me, again, this is a Liberian, how to call it, podcast. So if you are starting a show, it's good that you play something Liberian and something that will not be copyrighted. If you play somebody's song that is a real song, most of the songs are copyrighted these days. If you play that song, they will copyright your entire life. Meaning, if there is anything that's going to be made, they will definitely give it to the person's song that you play in your live video. So this is why I like to play old songs. It's Liberian, it's old, and it has no copyright whatsoever. So easier way out. And I know, sometimes it's talking about African women in this Kenya passing with short skirts. It can be somewhat inappropriate. And that's not my intention at all to show some type of inappropriation. No, I just like the sound. I wish even it was just the sound talking about African woman, hey, yeah, African. You have to understand, like, if you're just dealing with the sound, these are the things that we talk about here most of the time. But anyway, I thought you had a very strong opinion about it because, that's why I asked you. But anyway, yeah. Do you have anything for us to discuss today?
Yeah, bro. As usual, as usual, and we are here today, and we started discussing something very interesting, and but due to time, and we promised that yes, we're going to continue. That is some we're talking about moral conduct right now in our society and things that journalists, those who advocate in our society, things that they need to be advocating for. And I want us to talk about some of the questions the journalists ask, and some of the question the blogger asks around, that we see videos circulating the internet. I want us to talk about that.
I mean, you talking about the journalists? Is it some of the questions journalists ask?
Yeah, I'm talking about you myself. We have watched a lot of videos. We see journalists asking questions, asking uh politician or asking, citizen questions. And I believe some of the questions they ask, is something that they are making fun. They don't ask the actual real question, and they don't
Mm.
give they don't give the actual information. It's like they are into to the journalism for also they are not really into it, for passion. I mean, no disrespect to them, but some of the interviews, sometimes you see some people asking personal questions. You need to
Mhm.
ask people the hard true question that, if it cause for them to be embarrassed. But you know, that is it. People are hustling and they don't ask the actual real question, and they don't give actual news the, the people deserve or the people need to know.
So dealing with journalists first, and then
Miss,
we'll transition to the bloggers, right?
yeah,
What do you think? What do you think?
misinformation.
Yeah, okay, but what do you think? Like, what is the root cause of that? Like, why journalists? What do you think that some of the reason that journalists would not be like they are not that much enthusiastic or maybe like that much motivated to ask the burning questions, like ask the most important question, even if it means, like causing some type of discomfort to the politicians or the leader that they will be interviewing, or even sometimes in some case just reporting the news the way it is supposed to be reported. Just like we saw some months ago, the chaos that was happening in real life. We're having some journalists on the microphone talking about, oh, it's the Madigo people versus the civilians, and stuff like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So why is it that they don't? Why do you think that they don't, report the news the way it is, or they don't ask the burning questions to the rightful people, even if it mean, causing them discomfort? Why do you think that that is?
Well, I mean, for what I've observed in recent time, because seriously, every morning I wake up, I try to read the news. I try to know what is happening back home,
Mhm.
and I believe those journalists that ask questions, they do it, to just get comment, to get like, they don't really do it. I don't think they are passionate about it. Sometimes they go into it, to be famous, to get to know other influential people in the society, but giving the actual asking the actual question, no, not to be famous, but at least to provide the people that you are giving information to, at least to provide the actual information for them. That
Mhm.
should be their focus, and that should be their goal. But
In
I
other
believe
words, yeah, go
I,
ahead. You believe?
I believe they want to get attention. They need popularity. They need like, comment, share. These are things that people are swimming on the internet for these days. So you are doing something, you are asking questions just for people to like you or for people to
Right.
follow you. You're not hitting the nail, on the head. You keep beating. This is not how it's supposed to be.
In
We
other
we
words,
In
in
other
other
words,
words,
some of us, some of
uh-huh.
some of us, we are not in the position to be there at the scene. So when you are at the scene of current event or things that are happening, when you are reporting, you have to collect the facts, because journalism is fact. It's not about lie. Although there are times where they play games, they play balls, but at the end of the day, your duty is to disseminate the rightful information. And sometimes the rightful information, give give good reaction in the society, or sometimes the wrong information cause chaos. You myself know that.
I agree.
So
Yeah. So in other words, like what the only thing I mean here is that maybe it's a lack of patriotism. Literally, because if the country is down on its knees like the way Labrador has been for the past God knows how long, and we have reporters in the country, but all the reporters they are biased for one reason or the other. Either they are more politically aligned with their political parties, or they're just how they call it selfish for their own cause. Like, yo, this is my page and I'm gonna run my page, or this is my profile, this is my reputation, I'm gonna build my profile to the public. I will say what the people want for me to say so I can get more followers, right? Or if I know that this is a group, like for example, CDC or UP, I would just pledge my allegiance to UP, and that is that, right? One of the example is that the guy they call they go JMB Song. He's not a reporter, he's just a blogger. He goes around and just posts video of all the development that the president is doing in the country. You know, again, he's not a bad person, but he's doing something that is bad. And I'm not saying that posting the development is bad, but I'm saying not everything about JNB is right. But he only posts great things about JNB and JNB development. Nothing, no criticism whatsoever. This is the kind of how do you call it, ideology, or the kind of how do you call it, behavior or character that we are talking about. If you are one-sided, you already take this particular group or this particular ideology, and no matter what, you can never criticize that ideology. You only praising it, praising it, praising it. Even if it is wrong, sir, you just there to praise it. This is exactly
I
what we're
mean,
talking about. There
yeah,
is, yeah. Hello, are you there, or am I the one who is gonna think before it's gone? But yeah, so
yeah,
you're
and
gonna.
and I mean, I cannot dim.
Hello, are you there? Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I'm back.
okay.
Somebody's trying to disturb me. I'm on live and they're calling me offline.
Continue talking, bro. Continue talking.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. Like I was saying, you know, now the government of Liberia, there are a lot of demolition we see going on. People are winning cases, people are winning land cases, and
I don't want you. That is another story that we're going to talk about today.
it's part. I'm going to the topic itself. I'm going to the reporting. I'm going to reporting. There's this
Because that
lady.
demolition stuff that we're going to talk about it separately today. That's what I'm saying. Go
I
ahead.
know.
Go ahead. If you want to use it as an example, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm talking about this story, this identical story that is circulating the internet. More than 5 or 10 journalists are carrying this story about this lady who she I think she invested 500,000 on the property. You know, journalism are the journalists, they are just interviewing, just asking, question that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Just and you see more than 5 cameras on one lady. The woman is crying for her property. She's crying that losing her investment. And you journalists, you guys are just asking her kind of question, as if to say, it is something that has effect on what the AFL or the government is trying to do. For example, when you look at the question they ask, and follow the question and ask, what you expecting from the government? They bossing your horse, this, that. This is kind of weak question. The first thing, the first
Not okay. Yeah, go ahead. Finish first. You see, the
no,
first thing.
come in. That's
I don't. What I was trying to say that I don't think that is a weak question to say that. What do you expect from the government? I've seen a lot of weak questions. I read an article about another woman. I thought it was the woman that you were talking about. It's a woman they took a picture, but I don't think they mentioned anything like losing 500,000. The guy who wrote this article is like, if you read the article, 90% of the article is about bashing the government, literally bashing the government. How the government will be remembered for doing, causing homelessness among the Liberian people instead of serving them. I'm like, yo, bro, like, come on, man, this is not reporting. You just putting your own ideology. If you read the article, you see that this guy he just putting how they call it, pain into his article. Report the news. Talk to the people. Ask the people how do they feel and put it in your article. But only the first, 2-3 sentences in this entire article is reflecting exactly of that woman that is using as the proof. I mean, as the picture for that entire headline. But the rest of it is just about bashing the entire Baka government. And this is what I'm saying. Reporters should be very, very unbiased. They should be 100% patriotic. To be a reporter, to be a journalist, you have to be for the people. You have to be for the people, and that is it. Move your own personal agendas. 99% of our politicians, I say our politicians, our journalists in Liberia, I believe they all are subscribing to certain party, certain, they pledge allegiance to certain group or certain leader. And that is the problem, I believe. You see a politician, you see a journalist today with a microphone or with a pen that like writing. Go check the honest. They pledge allegiance to a certain political leader or certain political party. So any government that claim power, as long as that is not his government and he's not working that government for Gali, every time they write, they always write negative against that president. This is my problem. I want to see somebody who is unbiased. I want to see somebody who talk good about the president today, but the following morning when the president do something wrong, you see the president talking bad about the president, saying negative, because that's exactly what the reality is. But now somebody that will just keep saying one thing over and over. I see JMB, so he's not a reporter, he's a blogger. But he's a perfect example for this. You see him everywhere, he's running. Look at the road, developmental Zibo, all these things. These good, right? But when are you going to be realistic one day and just say that, you know what? They weren't expecting it, but they were not happy. But anyway, the papi now injured, or the papi now Mr. Perfect. Nobody is perfect. And, we'll get better at least. But you will never ever see it. It will not, and that is
and that's true. And some of the things that these people they broadcast, some of the things they show to the people in the 21st century is very, very much insulting. You can't be pressing government for sister bosses. You can't be pressing government for paving dusty road. You can't be broadcasting that kind of thing, bro. Other people outside the country, when they see that kind of video, they'll be like, what is this? What is this? You are telling our people to celebrate, the pavement of Dusty Road. or you telling the people to do what? This is the kind of information. In fact, those bloggers, the guy that you talking about, if you should be ashamed of sharing these kind of things. You're in the 21st century. You not expect people to be advertising. Let's look at the hemp pump that when people are dedicating hemp pump to community. You see the kind of pictures. You see hemp pump. You see sample. You see report about hemp pump. I don't want to talk about bridge. A bridge is this thing that people constructing, and they say they are scoring political goal. You see journalists carrying the kind of information, carrying the kind of news, praising somebody for pay hemp pump. Where you have to pump on this kind of 21st century, bro. And you see people putting their pictures behind the kind of thing, and they want people to reward them for this kind of thing.
The men are putting their picture on their own government toilet, then that hand pump, they how they call it bus stop. They kind of small little bunker they can face on the roadside, they call it a bus stop. They go push on a small little hut on the side of the road, they put it there, bus stop constructed by so honorable days that I'm like, come on, man. Y'all say y'all acting like to say that we definitely from fighting war. And that was we finished the war, that was like what 23 years ago. Like what are we talking about? More than 2 decades now, and y'all still behaving like we just come from war. But again, this is exactly what the problem is. The biasness of the reporters. All the journalists in Liberia, all of them. I don't know one single journalist, and I'm not just talking about now, except for one guy, and I'll call you. Why you need? I have never had any fault with him yet. What is his name? Mark Ali Jabate, right? You should know him, Mark Jabate.
I think he's some minister or culture or some, I know culture. He's information or something like that.
He's the deputy minister for urban affairs at the Ministry of Internal Affairs, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So he has been very unbiased for a very long time, and I think he is a self-made journalist. He just used to move around and report about things that are happening in the country and passionately talk about it. And the reason why I use him as a perfect example in this scenario is that just not too long ago, he was driving his car. I think he was down the Somalia Drive road there, or whatsoever, the Japan Freeway now they call it. And then he saw a large pile of garbage on the roadside, reaching to Jigotan area there, right? And he stopped his car and went on live right away and started calling out the government, start calling out the president. Imagine he is a presidential appointee. The job he has right now, it was given to him by the president. And he is calling out the president that the president should fire the commissioner of this particular constituency. The fact that you have commissioner, the city mayor of Monrovia should be fired, he should be replaced. The president cannot just be sitting there and the people are not doing their work. How you be passing? You can tell me, say the president being president, you not been passing on that different freeway there. He been passing there. And you see those garbages, seeing it, but he not doing anything about it. And Mark Ali Jabate is the only presidential appointee I have seen talk against the government that he is working in, that they can just call and say, man, you are fired, and he will be gone. You understand what I'm saying? When we're talking about patriotism, when we're talking about being unbiased, when we're talking about working for the country, working for the people, remember, back in the day, what we used to say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of Liberia and to the republic for which it stands. Yes. So, but people change all of that now. They're only pledging their allegiance to their political leaders and their political parties. But Mark Ali Jabate, he gave the complete opposite of that. Like, this is the way we're supposed to be. When I saw that video, my heart was lightened up because there are not very many of us there, bro. People who have, like unbiased take, like neutral take, like, you know what, I only support what I know is best and right for my people in my country.
Wait, let me get it. So meaning he was right to do that, to go on live and call out the president for this. He was right to do that.
I'm surprised that you're asking me that question. Of course you was.
I believe he was unprofessional to do that. Seriously.
Why? Why?
Because listen. The person that is responsible for that is a government appointee as well. And he's working in the government. If he see that kind of thing, at least meet the president or call the president, because the president is your comrade in the government. Yeah. Call the man. Call the man or the woman. Seriously, you can just call out. Listen, you can just call out somebody and then you want them to sack the president. Who are you?
He is a concerned citizen. He's a patriotic citizen.
Bro,
Listen,
bro,
you
he's
listen now.
trying.
Listen now. You ask the question.
This is
Listen now.
politics.
No.
That's why
This is not
I don't
politics.
like
This is not
I
politics.
don't like
No.
politicians because politicians
This is not politics.
they are
This is not politics.
99% liar. Seriously.
This is not
How-
lie. This is not. This is not
Listen,
story. This is
he-
reality.
he-
No, you listen now.
He
You
was
listen now.
doing
You
that.
still making the
He was doing
decision,
that
right? Let me explain.
to listen. He was doing that to score a political goal. Seriously. But if you are working in the government, bro, if you are working in the government, or for example, I'm working in government, you are working in the same government, and you are seeing a mistake from my side, wouldn't you call me privately and tell me, bro, what
This
is
is
wrong?
not a private matter. Why are you talking about privately?
Bro. Come on.
This
I
is
don't
not a private matter. You
I don't
took
agree.
something that is affecting the public. In the public, I'm gonna call you privately to go discuss it privately. So you must give me excuses privately. What are you talking about? This is something that is happening in the public. I told you there is a mountain of garbage on the roadside. It been there for months and months, maybe more than a year even. It's there, and nobody's doing anything about it. And this guy here, he's not just calling out one person. He called out the commissioner, is a presidential appointee. He called out the city mayor of Monrovia, right?
And he called the president.
Then you call the president. He said that the president should, how they call it, he should hold these people accountable. He's not holding them accountable. And you have to understand, this guy who is saying all of this, he is not an elected official. It's not like you said the president can fire him. The president can fire him with just telling him you are fired. The moment the president says you are fired, his job is gone. So you see that this is politics? It's not politics. The guy is raising his entire job, his livelihood. He's risking everything, putting his job on the line, fighting for the people in public, saying that this is what we're talking about. This is what the Liberian people elect us to do. The people, they can't put us in power and look at the country. They see where the country was looking, the country still looking like that. When John Weah was here, we were here completely. Now John Weah feel move from there, they put us there, and look at the place. The place is dirty. The place is looking like there is no leader in this place. Where is the city mayor? Where is the commissioner? And you saying that is politics? If I call you in the private, if I call you in private room to discuss the kind of thing with you, now it is politics. Now I want your good because I want to protect your reputation. I want to protect your profile. But then one has nothing to reputation. The only thing we get to protect is the health of the Liberian people. Being exposed to a mountain of garbage like that, we have 4, 5-year-old, 6-year-old children going to school every morning. They got to come past by 18 years. They're getting infected by diseases unknown to us. And instead of us address this problem cannot be addressed in privacy. It have to be like we're talking about broad daylight accountability. We have to hold each other accountable. Listen, let me tell you one thing I've learned about life, right? If you are too shy, people say, let's not wash our dirty clothes in public. Let me tell you, some dirty clothes need to be washed in public multiple times. Because
Really?
if you not do it, yes, if you not do it, the clothes will remain dirty. It will never be washed. That's the problem. Shin Fe got to catch some people before they got to wake up. If you not make certain people shin, some people not get Shin Fe. You go in the corner and say, Mele, go talk it out. They say, oh, they want to ready you. Some people, you got to waste dirty water on their face in public before they can wake up and land. And this is exactly what Mark Jabate was doing, right? And again, I don't pledge my allegiance to nobody. I don't know Mark Jabate. I've never seen him brought face to face ever. It's only this internet, Facebook thing. I've always seen his content and all these things. And the president appointed him at the Ministry of Internal Affairs as Deputy Minister of Urban Affairs, right? And that is it. This is not, he's passing around and seeing those things, and you know that this is the thing that he used to advocate for when George Weah was president. These are the things he was advocating against, that the country is dirty. And now he is in power, or his government is, or his president that he voted for is in power. The same thing is still happening, and he's holding himself accountable. Bro, you cannot say that is politics. I love to disagree with you, but this one, you are definitely off the road with this one. 100%.
You made a point, but it doesn't mean I agree with you. It doesn't mean I agree with you, but I believe I stay with all what you said. I don't know. It's up to the viewer. Yeah, but all what you have said, that's your point. But for me, I believe he's a government appointee, and the person that's working as a government appointee as well. He should reach out to the president. What if the president lacks? Okay, what if the president lack the what they need to get rid of this thing? What if they lack it?
If the person lack what they need, guess what?
Or what if they are still waiting for it?
You ask the question, I'll answer you.
Yeah.
If the person lack what they need to get rid of that garbage, guess what? the person will take a phone and come outside again and start holding the government accountable to say, yes. Why are you laughing?
That's not a channel, bro. You know, professional. That's not a channel.
Why are you making me shout? That is actually the channel. Holding each other accountable. Come outside, say, look at this is my responsibility to get rid of this garbage. Garbage is not supposed to be in my constituency like this. Where is the government? I've asked to get rid of this here. Nobody is complying. Mr. President, Mr. Minister, Mr. Honorable, Mr. Representative, the Senator of Montreal County, the Mayor, who call people. We hold each other accountable. If we now hold each other accountable, our problem will never be solved. Everybody do their part. If you and I we scared to hold each other accountable in public, listen, why are we going? This is one of the things I'm talking about, right? You keep talking about let's meet in the corner, let's go discuss it, call me on the side, you tell me about it. This is the same thing that been happening in La Bureau, in the chambers, right? In the chamber of the parliament. When they're having the most important discussions, they don't allow camera in. They don't allow to, nationally televise it. In the Supreme Court, when they're having some of the trials, they don't allow camera in. They go do their thing and then they come out and then they start explaining to us what happened there. Like, what's the essence of this? You guys are serving the masses. You are serving the people. If you cannot let us in on the quarrel, on the disagreement, like when you're giving someone a vote, when Labrador is supposed to vote whether we should agree as a country to do this or not, the people are not aware which one of the representatives say no or which one of the senators say yes. I go vote for the guy to represent me, but I don't know what he said on behalf of my constituents. He is there voting no against my own interest. While when the election time coming, I'm there running away to go vote for him. It's unfair. Let's discuss this thing in public because why it affects the public. It's not affecting the private. It affects the public. Let's discuss it in public. Let's hold each other accountable in public. If we don't do it now, guess what? Labrador been lacking for more than a century, and we'll keep on lacking until we start holding each other accountable in public, not in private. Any progressive country that you have been to, and I'm not talking about kingdoms, I'm talking about, how they call it, countries, country with government.
Democratic, just a Democrat.
Yeah, Democrat. Well, you can say that again. Okay, no problem. Democracy. Let's just look at democratic countries. None of them is developmentally successful. And when I talk about development, I'm not talking about infrastructure. I'm not just talking about infrastructure and buildings and whatsoever. I'm talking about even education. I'm talking about, how they call it, food security and all those stuff, right? And job, and job creation. None of them are successful without holding each other accountable in broad daylight all day, every day. One of the things that make America, the great United States of America, successful today is that they hold each other accountable in broad daylight in front of TV. Clearly. If you can keep something secret, keep it secret, but the day it can't outside, you will be held accountable. This is what it is. And we're not hiding anything. We got to keep it real. This is why you see people can stay in the street of America and talk anything they want to talk. They say freedom of speech. But in Labrador, we have a photocopy of freedom of speech. The thing you're talking about, be careful how you're talking it. You can get harm with it.
No. I believe Labrador get freedom of speech as well. Freedom of speech. Yeah, no. Listen. No, I believe that, bro.
Let's not. Oh my God.
You and myself for ages, you and myself, we have been. You and myself for ages. Listen. It's part of the discussion. You and myself for ages, you know very well. People have been on the public radio, on social media, insulting government leader, insulting them deeply, and they walk free, they live free. The next day, why you say, "Oh, the president died, this, that." This thing have been happening for ages in Liberia. I feel freedom of speech. And after that, people, bro, you and myself know they get a lot of people can sit on the internet every day just insulting.
That is the internet. Talking on the internet is not freedom of speech. We're talking about
freedom of speech.
No. Talking on the bro.
This person is sitting in his room, or in his living room, whatsoever he's sitting and talking freely. That's not freedom of speech.
He's sitting in his room. Do you know where he is? No, he is in his room. You don't even know where his room is. That's not Listen, you can talk anything on the internet because you by yourself. But when you are standing outside, you are standing in the square. Maybe you are standing to the Ministry of Justice or whatever, to the Capitol building or whatever, and you're talking loudly, proudly. again, not everybody can do it. They get certain people that can do it and walk away with it. So CKA, you can call back. Why? These are people that have their own security forces with them everywhere they go.
I'm not talking about politicians. I'm talking about ordinary citizens. I'm not talking about politicians. Bro, you yourself saw a protest was hosted in Liberia. I think last year. A guy on a journalist recording, he said he was selling drugs, and the government, the DA giving hard time. This how you call that?
And you think that is freedom of speech?
Yeah, because the men know that the men know. See, because he was indicting himself, but at the end of the day, the man walk free. He stay in public and say why.
Listen now, listen now. That's not freedom of speech. That is broad daylight stupidity. First of all, that is number one. The guy committed a crime. Listen, Eva.
Okay. Let's look at.
Wait. Let me address this. The guy
you want to talk, but you don't want to give me a chance to talk, bro.
You asked the question. I did not even talk. You asked the question. If that's not freedom of speech, what it is? I mean, what is it? Let me answer the question, right? The guy came out. He committed a crime. He been drug dealing, drug confiscating. That is a crime. And anybody that committed a crime and come and stand in front of a camera and a journalist and say that, yes, I committed a crime, that person is a stupid person. That is a stupid person. That's not, you don't call that freedom of speech. That is number one. Number two, you talk about the protest. It's a protest. This is a protest of thousands of people on the street. People will talk anything they feel like talking, right? That's not freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is that you will be able to talk something even when you're standing by yourself. You are not 1,000 group of people, but it's just one person with your mindset and your ideology. You are standing in front of a million people who have different ideology from you, but you can still have the security and the protection to say what you feel and think. That's what we call freedom of speech. But those people that you are talking about, they were all on the same page that day, except for the journalists that were there interviewing them. They were all seditions. They were all anti-government protesters. They were standing among their peers. They were comfortable to say what they have to say. This is what I'm talking. And most of the people that you address and say that they get freedom of speech, they go on radio. These are people that are protected by opposition parties, opposition groups, opposition leaders. They are sponsored and protected and literally sent on radio station to go and talk bad against the government. That's not freedom of speech. I want you to show me a man who stand in front of, like the way CDC were looking that day, right? CDCs, when Mulba Molu was leading them into into the street. I want you to show me one anti-opposition protester or, loyalist, anti-government, a government loyalist was standing in front of them and talking against them. One person. And you see nothing bad happen. You see something bad happening. When you say freedom of speech, it's not just about the government holding you accountable. It's about the mentality of the people. Everybody understanding. I understand that you have the right to your opinion, and you also understand that I have my right to my opinion. That is freedom of speech. Liberians don't think that way. Most Liberians don't think that way. You think most Liberians think that your opinion is your opinion, my opinion is my opinion. Let's have our differences and we can still talk about it. Everybody can walk away free. No, they get Liberians that if you stay in front of them, you tell them your opinion, you're fighting. You're fighting. So where's the freedom of speech?
Bro, common example. Let's look at the University of Liberia student party, the SUP. These guys can invite journalists. Sometimes 2-3 person can invite journalists and speak. Sometimes threaten on the internet, bro. Let's look at this guy for freedom of speech. They sometimes they ask for the head of police for his living body or dead body. They stay in front of journalists. They call out the president. They speak, freely. Nobody can poke off on him. This that. And you telling me say, oh, no, this one you don't call it freedom of speech. Who
are you talking about?
I'm talking about SUP at the University of Liberia campus.
No, come on, man. We all know what SUP is, bro. We all know what SUP is. If you go hold a student, this is a student group, like one of the biggest student, group in Liberia, literally. right? And one of them come outside and they always saying foul stuff. Almost every time they talk is foul stuff, right?
And
And
at the
one
end
of
of the day,
them
they're
come
going
outside and they
free.
talk that thing, and then you go arrest him, and then you go arrest him. And what are you going to do with him? You now understand what I'm saying? Those soup can say what they want to say. They can say all kind of barbaric thing.
That's
And the
because
president or the
that's because there is a freedom of speech. People can say anything they want to say and walk.
No.
Oh,
I will tell you this. You know, this is, if you see that soup come outside, like one of the time I remember, you know, when their speaker came outside and said that what did he say? He said you know, if they now release one of their spokesperson guy arrested by the government, and they were saying that if they now release the person by so and so time, there will be a catastrophic pandemonium, right? And I'm quoting his words, you know, verbatim. He said that there will be catastrophic pandemonium. That is a warrant, an arrest. Anybody that threatens the peace and tranquility of the masses of the country, you're supposed to be arrested. That's not freedom of speech. Like I told you already, these people, everybody say things that are criminal. They don't even know that they are criminalizing themselves, right? But if you see that the government is not going further to go arrest them, because they're preventing enough, you know, more chaos or more problems, because these are people that they have been sent by opposition to disrupt the governance, to disrupt the peace. Now,
I don't believe they are sent by any opposition. I don't believe that.
I believe 100% that every time there is a new government in power, the opposition is always in favor of soup. If the time George Weah government was in power, soup was one of the most critical group against the George Weah government, and now they are one of the most critical group against the Bouaka government. And most of the thing they are criticizing the government of is, you know, they're supposed to be criticizing it of education sector and other things. And I agree with that. But they get into politics and start talking about things and they're not getting nothing to concern them. And this is why I believe that, yes, you know, they are being used by, you know, all, you know, political parties, like opposition political parties, against always the government, the ruling party. This is my belief.
Okay.
But
let's look at the statement that the traditional leaders came out with. How you classify that to be?
You missing my point, in the forward.
You're the one missing my point. You're the one missing my point.
The moment I say you're missing my point, I want to explain to you that why you missing my point. You say I'm missing your point. Let me tell you why you're missing my point.
Okay, tell me why I'm missing your point.
You're missing my point from you. Everybody that you name me, they are either a representative of a group or a group. A group of people can come outside and they start protesting and they say foul stuff. That's not freedom of speech. Again, I told you, we're talking about one person. And one person in America can stay in front of a group of people that 100% disagree with his belief and feel comfortable enough to express his belief and his ideology. You know why? Because there are securities there protecting him and protecting his belief and his stance. That's what we call freedom of speech. Even if you are one person in your belief and in your ideology, you have protection. You have the comfortability to stay anywhere you're talking. Nobody have that comfortability in Liberia to stay anywhere and just express your belief if you are alone. All these people you are calling, they are a group of people. They are representative of a group or an association or a political party. This is why they have the comfort of their members, of their friends standing with them so they can talk all the rubbish that they want to talk. But if they are alone, they will not have that zeal. They will not have that comfort. They will not have that protection. Who will protect them? Angry crowd will start mobbing them. This is why I say that freedom of speech is not in Liberia. Freedom of speech will be in Liberia when one man can feel comfortable enough to stand in front of a group of people and still express his belief and his ideas, even though he knows that or she knows that the group of people that he's talking to, they disagree with him 100%. This is what we call real freedom of speech. This is what I'm trying to say. Do you agree with me now, or you still call it?
Bro, that's your point. That's your point.
So you still don't agree with me?
No, I don't agree with you, bro. I don't agree with you. Not because you had a time, you explain people, yeah. But anyway,
explain now why you don't agree with me. Explain. Go ahead. Let close this out.
I believe close on this. I believe that there's a freedom of speech in Liberia, People can say anything they want to say, and they can sleep in the morning. They wake up, they go out, they do everything they want to do alone. Bro, freedom of speech. Even if you are with a group and make a certain statement, at the end of the day, they will hunt you as an individual when you go to your house. Now, when you not be with a group, when you go into a house, you'll not be with a group, or you coming from or in the morning, or when you in your bed, you're not with a group, you alone. They will go for you there. We have seen it. You myself have seen it. You have traveled
Exactly.
so many parts of the world. You have traveled.
No, you have seen it
myself
in
know.
Liberia. You have seen
Okay.
it in Liberia. People that got ran out of Liberia because of the thing they said.
If you, yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I said they are freedom of speech because if
No,
you
there is
say
not. The person run away because they were fearing their life. They run away to go to America because somebody they
but
were trying to
this
literally
time
take
is
their life.
different. This time is different. I'm not talking about political commentator. I'm talking about ordinary citizen. That's what this. I'm not talking about political commentator.
I'm talking about ordinary citizen. That person was an ordinary citizen. It was not a political commentator. There was a girl named I don't know what thing. She's there was a saying that she was a fighter back in the days or whatsoever, and she was trying to expose George Weah to George Weah administration. She was trying to expose George Weah for participating in the war, and people started threatening her. She, there was an alleged that they even stronger, they almost killed her. So she had to run away to go to the US. I think some people in Sokoto or whatever, she ran away. I forgot her name. I think her name was Swana Taylor. No, not Taylor. Her name Taylor? Her last name or something? I don't know. I think her first name was Jessica or Jessie, something like that. I forgot her name, literally. But what I'm trying to say that, yeah, these are people that are still one person with one idea that only they that want to know that story. That to say that, oh yeah, they have proof. She was saying that she had proof that George Weah, participated in a war, in a civil war, and she will expose everything. And the next thing that happened, they almost strangled her to death. You know what I'm saying? And she had to leave the country. This is what I'm saying. One person standing with your idea, your belief, and you not get no political backing. You not get no, group backing that only your one in your, ideology. Forget it, your life is in danger. And if that
check the chat, check the group chat, check the private chat.
What? Just say hey here, bro.
Just a second.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So we'll take I will just take a few minutes to end this particular, what they call it, topic, right? So 100%, again, like I've been saying, I don't believe that there is free speech in Liberia. Free speech is in Liberia in a form that, in a group form, like if you have a whole group of people behind you, they're supporting you, they're backing you, they believe in what you are saying. That way, there is free speech. But if that you're one, you are alone in your ideology and your mentality and your whatever it is, your expression, forget it. It's not free speech. You'll be talking and somebody will come and start talking, how they call it, threatening your life whatsoever. And until the day we can reach to that, promised land, if you will, where one man can stand in front of a million men and express his idea and express his, his feelings without any type of intimidation. This is only when we will have true freedom of speech. Until then, we're just gonna have this photocopy of freedom of speech, like I said earlier. The one we have in Liberia is a photocopy of freedom of speech. There is a square in the UK, I think it's in London, right? And this square is for argument. If you go there, there are a bunch of people arguing about different topics, whether it is religion, whether it is politics, whether it's economy, whether it is the social life or whatsoever, anything. People there from different part of the country, different part of the world, they go there and they discuss, they argue, they disagree with one another, right? And there are police people there to protect everybody. You can only talk, but you can't fight. Nobody fighting anybody. We come here, we disagree, we agree, and then we move on with our life. And I don't think Liberia have that. We don't have that yet. This is the reason why, one of the reasons why even in Liberia, we don't have any presidential debate. When was the last time during the general presidential election did you see two President Kennedy debating face to face?
I remember it was 2017. 2017, the last time I saw a presidential debate. 2017.
Between who?
Yeah. It was President Bouaka. It was Alexander Comis. It was Bernard Ure. It was
Alex. We are not called. We are me.
No. I haven't. No, it's impossible, bro. You cannot see.
Bro, when we're talking about all these men that you call, the only person that was, a real competition in that debate was Baka. All the men they were only there to, they were using Baka's popularity to try to gain more momentum for their own party. That's why they went to that debate. George Weah did not go to that debate because he know I ain't got to go to that debate because I have the popularity already. I will stay here. And this is what I'm saying, right? And Baka also had the popularity. Baka had the popularity to win 2017, 100%, right? But
yeah, he was the vice president. Yeah,
exactly. He went to the debate. And why is it that we don't have those debates? When you see Kumi going, Kumi get 1%. The last election he got 1%. And I think 2017 even got less than that. But now Europe was nowhere to be found. You know what I'm saying? So these are people that they don't even matter. They just participate in the presidential election to grow their popularity, But presidential debate should not be for that. It should be for like letting the people know that this is what we need, opening the people's eyes to what you have seen and what you are able to offer. Not to, try to persuade.
But I want to know, why do you think, former president have not been into presidential debate?
What do you think? I mean, first of all, I would say that again, it's the same thing. I think it has something to do with freedom of speech. That is number one. Then
freedom of speech.
Yes, it has a lot to do with freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is not just like listen.
Bro, listen. You and myself. Listen, no. Listen. You and myself.
You asked me to answer your question, and I say one word.
I know you're gonna repeat. You been repeating this answer.
I'm not repeating anything. You have to wait. This has something to do with the presidential candidates. They are different from ordinary people in the street. All I've been saying is about ordinary people in the street. Now we're talking about presidential candidate and why it had to do with freedom of speech. If freedom of speech was being practiced in Liberia for God knows how long, presidential candidate will be way more. In fact, they will not just be comfortable, but they will be forced. It will be an obligation to honor those stage. You understand what I'm saying? Because if young people, 16, 17-year-old people, have the comfortability to stay in the street, to argue with one another, and have different opinion, and still be able to walk away responsibly without, resorting into chaos. What about you who is trying to be a president of the country? It will be obligatory for you to attend that, how they call it, that debate, presidential debate. Because if 17, 16-year-old children are doing it, you will be forced to do it.
But the thing is, what is the purpose of the debate? What is when they say presidential debate? What is the purpose of it? It's to tell your constituents why they should vote for you. It's to convince them, right?
Yeah.
To lay out the basic, show to the people how you can change, the country, or how you can improve the country, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you. Now, lot of the voters, they don't care about these things. They don't.
I mean,
it's not a fault because they don't have the kind of confidence among themselves. So those who are aspiring to become leader, they shouldn't come and tell the people what they would do for them. And in fact, these are the kind of things we young people now we should be looking at. We should be holding people here reliable for what they say.
I don't think that they don't care about these things. I think that they care about it, but they don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? They don't know about it. They don't know how effective it is. I mean, they don't know how powerful their votes are. You understand what I'm saying? They don't know how powerful their votes are. So they just feel like, oh, man, I made a president, man. I made a president until the next 6 years. They feel like, majority of Liberians feel like the moment you vote, you're in until the next 6 years, anything that I may do that go finish, how they call it, allowing it, finish happening. This is all they know is suffering. They don't know that their vote is powerful enough to change the entire state of Liberia, the entire condition. They don't know that. And until you can educate them that your vote is powerful, that your vote can change the entire condition of the country, the condition of your family, and your children's children to come. Until they can know that for sure, they will just continue to look at. Even me personally, that's in my lifetime. I'm 35 years old. Do you know how many times I've voted in my life?
Yeah, I think you said it once, right?
Once. The last time, that was 2023 for Joseph Boakai. That was the only time I've ever voted in my life. I'm telling you. So that should tell you that we don't give a damn about election vote. We don't even know how important vote is. So we just go out there. They wanted a vote. They just go out there. They just give it out. If I've seen people buy people voting card for $10, $5 during election. I'll buy a voting card. You understand what that means? If somebody can buy a voter card for $5, $10, the next 6 years of your life, you just sold it for $5, $10. The next 6 years of your children's life, if you are a family man, you are a family woman, you have children, you selling your voter card for $5, $10. Your children in 6 year future, you finish selling them for $5. So
there should be there. This is not topic for discussion, but I think we should find a time to really talk about this.
now one thing can lead to the next one. This is why we feel finding ourselves into this. It is very, very important for people to know the power of their voice. If they have, you have to let the people know to voice their people. We have to create an environment where everybody can feel comfortable to voice their feelings, to voice their opinion. And you say that we already have freedom of speech. We don't. We have a photocopy freedom of speech. If you can only speak freely in places like that, bro, if you have a group backing you, if you have a political entire institution backing you. If not, you can just go out there and start giving out your opinion.
At the end of the day, bro,
we have
that's
done
what I'm
this.
saying.
People don't even believe that their vote get power. They don't believe that their voices get power. All they have to do, moment, let's just wait. As soon the election finish, what in the poll saying? Let's see. Y'all wait 2029. When 2029 come, right after the election, you see polls say, let's wait 2025. The only time the people care about is that time that you giving them. Just go give your. Now you the one this time that job.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, seriously, I get serious problem with those people, and even the journalists. They say there's something they are talking. I said they don't ask the referral question. You see, somebody's in 2026, and then you are asking them about getting elected 2029. So then the same one, these people ask them, "What? Are you certain about 2029? Are you kidding me? Is this the question you're supposed to be asking? Do you know what you're going to be alive for now to 2029? And so your whole life you're just going to be sitting waiting only for election 6 years. Tell me, after 5 elections, how old, or 2 elections, or 3 elections, how old you will be if you still be here alive? But these are the questions they can ask the journalists.
It's crazy.
When the president appeared in ELBC, he was asked that same question. Are you afraid of 20? Are you fearing 2029? And I love the response he gave. He said, "What we're doing now, we are thinking about today. We are not thinking about 2029. So what we do from now until 2029, that one will speak for itself." But yeah, indeed, people don't make decisions based on tangible. They just someone they just follow the crowd. Let go so. They don't care what this person is offering them, or what the person is promising them. In fact, even that's why I say me, I don't like politicians. I don't trust them because 99% they lie. They lie a lot.
Well, I mean, that is a common ground that almost everybody can find themselves.
I don't trust them. Despite their role in the society, it will affect me, affect my family, affect my children. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. The FIDA, they will not be. Nobody is held accountable for their actions, so they do what they want to do. And trust me, if everybody is targeting the higher seat or targeting government to make an impact in the country, then Liberia should be developed by now. Because how many politicians do we have in the country? And if everybody claims that they really want good for the country, but now the country should be better. Because most of them have traveled outside. They have seen life outside. They have seen system work outside. And we are just 5 million people. It's difficult for us. Difficult for us. Because what? What they are saying from their mouth is not from their heart. It's not something that they are waiting to deliver. At the end of the day, they lie. So
I agree. That is it. To close that topic, people don't know the power of their voices. They don't know the power of their vote. And I think the government intends to keep it that way, because if the Liberian people get to understand the power of their voices and the power of their votes, even after election, will still be running behind the politician that we have put into power to hold them accountable, not biasly to say that, oh, I'm an opposition, so let me go hold the ruling party accountable now. And no, you hold them accountable, and for doing wrong thing, and if they do right thing, you also praise them for it. This is what it means to actually utilize your vote and your voice as a patriotic citizen. But anyway, moving on. Do you think that because again, President Joseph Boakai, before he became president, he talked about establishing a war crime court to bring the people that participated in the Liberian's 14-year civil war to justice, right? And which is a big deal, 100%. And a lot of people been, in support of it from the very, very get-go, right? A lot of, prominent Liberians was in support of that idea. I know some of them personally, right? So he ran his campaign on that he's going to establish the war crime court to hold people accountable for their atrocities during the 14-year civil war that claimed, what was it, 250? Was it 250,000 lives or two? Yeah, 250,000 lives.
I was recorded, but it was more. It was more than that.
It was more than that, exactly. So yeah, now recently during his Sona speech, he included the war crime court, some type of sentence there for the war crime court, and he said that they have, in an ambitious path to establishing the war crime court, the government of Liberia has established or erected the war crime court office in Monrovia. Office, right? And this is 2023, meaning 2026, meaning we have got it in his third year in the presidency. What do you think about that? Do you think that this is I don't know, like is he going to establish a war crime court in his presidency? Or is Liberia ever going to establish a war crime court in Liberia to hold people accountable like the way they say that they would? Or this is just some type of political, how do you call it?
It's good to ask this question. I just stated as a politician, they do everything, to score political goal, and sometimes they are not honest. However, there's some of the things that were in their campaign, they say they're going to establish that. And not just only war, but economic concord. And we all know that some family, I personally know some family who are still affected by the war, and they always, some of them had a scar on themselves. They need closure. That's why, it's been ages, but they still live with that kind of fear. In fact, sometimes people say, the 2000 generation, they say all of them were born right after the war, so that's why they are not setting. Some people use that kind of parable, say, you see, distant generation, especially the youth in Liberia, most of them were born right after the war, so that's why they are so arrogant. That's why they're so active like that. That's why they are so into all kind of things, because they were born, right after the war. But however, we saw pictures. I saw a picture in the news that yes, indeed, they have established the office and they're going to be hunting. But since then, I hope that they can start operating. I hope that it shouldn't take them 3 more years before they can start going beyond people, because everybody thought that yes, this war conquer is only when they talk about war conquer in Liberia, everybody looking at the late Senator Johnson. Everybody are looking at him. So he the me person that's supposed to appear in our war conquer. There are other people who participated in the war, who even sponsor rebel, and they are still living. Some of them say they're pastors now. Some of them came over and then they can come on the internet or on the radio station, explain how they kill him. I watched a documentary of one of the former warlord explaining how he used to kill human beings, how they used to, women used to be pregnant and then take children or child in our belly. These are things, that really, really affected our society. And at the end of the day, they say they are changed, they are men of God, they are this, that. All these people, they need to answer questions, because some of the family, they still grieve, and some of them still know who caused all the chaos in their family life or in their lives, and they need to be held contempt in what they did. But however, if rest and sure, if they can be held contempt for their action in this war, trust me, in the hereafter, they will meet the real judge that who is so just. Is gonna take other people right that they stole from them. He's gonna take it from that for him and give it to that people. So
Well,
again,
yeah,
again, then let's go to economy because that it's not only about war, it's about economy. You know very well our economy in the country have been play with. A lot of people have done a lot of things. Cost, they give all kind of explanation. Let's look at even the various ministries, the various ministers, and the way they have been running the country, the way they have been running the fund of the country. Talking say they're doing mop up exercise, doing this that. At the end of the day, they take money and say give it the money to you, they give it this that. All these things affected the country, but who's gonna say yeah, my man? Who's gonna subpoena him to come and defend what he did? What other organization did? So yeah, that's my take on that. I wish that it can speed up, and
right,
start calling people.
right.
And
You know,
and before I close on, the person did a groundbreaking of a joint. I don't know if this is, but this is in like a joint security headquarter where you have empowering the justice arm of the country, to function well. So I believe that and the budget, we read the budget, there are a lot of money into the budget for the justice system. So this is not something that's supposed to be delaying.
well, okay. I agree with you saying that if they now hold them accountable here in the hereafter, the judge of all judges, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or however you call him in your own language or whatever, God is going to hold everybody accountable for their atrocities. I agree with that 1000%. I believe that our war crime code is not going to be built. At least if it is going to be built, then it will not be built in time. It will be built at a time when all of these people that's going to be held accountable when they are all dead and gone. You just mentioned it. You say Prince Johnson was one of those people that people were literally looking forward to him being held accountable. You know, and of course he has already passed on. Yes, how they call it. So and exactly with the other ones, like the one you were just talking about, I think you were talking about the guy who used to call himself Paul Nicky. I forgot about his real name. He's a crown guy. He was general during the war. And he has a story there. He say now he's a pastor, a preacher, or whatsoever, but he always come on live every now and then to threaten, people whenever something is happening, whatsoever. Especially when people finish saying Yaka Kolba finish transforming his life from a former rebel to now a political leader in Liberia. How to call it, Prince Johnson did the same thing. A lot of these people who participated in the war feel like, oh yeah, if these guys can do it, I myself I can do it. I don't think that the war crime code is going to be established, in Liberia, at least not until all the people that actually committed the crime are dead and gone. That's what I think. After they are all dead and gone, that is time to work. Why do I say that? Because most of the people that believe that the war crime code should be established in Liberia, the people that they want to hold accountable, number one on that list, you said Prince Johnson. I don't think Prince Johnson is number one on that list on a lot of people's list. They on a lot of people's list that they want the people that want a war crime code to be established in Liberia. The number one person on our list is Ma Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, right? And this is one of the main reasons why the war crime code is not going to be built. Like if you and which I understand 100%. I'm not saying that Miley is innocent whatsoever. She had made it clear that she supported the war in Liberia at the beginning stage. And she regretted it, right? She admitted it, and she says she regretted it whatsoever. But again, yeah, you can regret it. That doesn't mean that you are going to be spared from accountability, right? So if the war crime code establishment is going to hold Miley accountable for her participation in the war, trust me, our war crime code is not going to be established until, like I said, a lot of these people are already gone. Until the people that remain are people like, for example, Yeke Kolba. You understand what I'm saying? Because Yeke Kolba is somebody that almost everybody can have problem with. You say that, oh yeah, they may participate in the war, they may pay the price, whatsoever. And he is the youngest. If I'm not making mistake, I believe that he is younger than that. How to call it, the broad naked guy you were trying to talk about just now. So that's what it is, man. I believe that. I don't believe that President Parker is going to establish that code, and they just establish again. So they finish building the office of the war crime code. Are you serious? We have built the office of the war crime code, bro. Why are you putting that in your speech? You build the office of the war crime code. You could have done that a long time ago before even you became president. To build office that what in you build office that what in office going to do to anybody?
You want to discuss the Sona message again? Because
we could discuss it again another time, right? We could maybe next week Saturday or something like that. We give it a little bit of time, and then next week Saturday we'll discuss that. But yeah, putting that in your speech and talking about you have erected an office in the name of the war economic crime court in Liberia, it's like, come on, man. Like, what are you? It's a political move. I don't think, and also there are a lot of people that have George Weah on our list. I just told you there was a girl in Liberia, her name, I think she went by the name Jessica something. She had to flee Liberia because she said that she has evidence, enormous amount of evidence that George Weah participated in the war. And George Weah supported certain rebel group in the war. And she has evidence for it. So if you have people named like Ma Ellen, George Weah, named on that list to be held accountable for atrocities done during the 14 years ago, trust me, that war crime code is not going to be built until these people are not here with us anymore. That the only time they will go build that war crime code, so in case of any further, God forbid, future occurrence, and then people can be held accountable. But now for the people that actually, a lot of people already finished passing away, people that participated in the war. A lot of them, most of them finished passing away actually. And look at Ma Ellen, the way Ma Ellen is now. She is very, very old. She hardly even come out. You have to understand that. So I mean, it's a political move. I've said this over and over. There is no way that war crime code is going to be built in Liberia. We have people in Liberia. We have not just thousands, maybe even 1 million people in Liberia that is a supporter of Charles Taylor, and they would love Charles Taylor to be seen freed and come back to Liberia, and they will vote for him and make him president. There are people that are knocking at you. When I see those people, I'm like, yo, what is this? But again,
yeah, bro. But bro, the people, what was the famous song they used to sing? And they say, "You came my man, you came my pa, I'll vote for you." So if somebody in a rifle mic can sing song like that, say, "You can kill my man, you can kill my pa, I'll still support you."
I swear, people, these are cursed people. When when God curse you, that the song you go sing. You sing it to somebody like, you don't want to kill my mother. My mother that gave birth to me. My mother that raised me. My father that gave birth to me and raised me. You don't want to kill them, but I will still vote for you. You'll be my leader. You think you will enter in heaven?
Bro, people are sang, I remember again, people sang this slogan, Bogue, you not know Bogue will vote for you. People have been doing all that, and at the end of the day, we are still where we are today. So it's just that the mindset.
I remember when we were younger. I remember, sometimes when we were kids, right? And you would see something by yourself, and your parent would say, "Don't say that. Don't ever say that." You say something by yourself, they will tell you, "Don't say that," because why? Anything you preach, it will come to actual. Literally, if you say something over, it will come to actualization. You'll be saying it to yourself until you believe it, and that's whatever you believe is who you are. It's what you are.
Right.
So these people, you going out and saying that somebody kill your mother, kill your father that the person you go for, or somebody nobody that the person you go for. You are literally setting yourself up for backwardness, for disaster. Like, this is why you see every country that's sharing border Liberia, all of them, they are somewhat more progressive than Liberia. All the countries that sharing border Liberia, they are all somewhat more progressive, including small little Sierra Leone. Go Sierra Leone. You go see how Sierra Leone is. I'm talking about system-wise. I'm not talking about huge tall buildings like you are in Nairobi or whatsoever. No. But when it comes to system, the way people build, the way people live, it's different, completely different from the way Liberia is. Because in Liberia, we don't give a damn, bro. I don't think you go in Sierra Leone, one morning you just be passing around, you see somebody laying down on the side of the road, the person down. And the person will be there until the next day, and then the person will be there until that next day, until 2, 3, 4, 5 days before. People don't wake up, they can't block the traffic for police people to can't take the person. That police people will go take, citizen Bali, the person out there. The Bali laying out in the community somewhere. You can take the man's body and report it to the police or try to bury the man's body as a community, as a community, literally.
But no. Listen, this thing, when somebody, my man, they cannot come, nobody can involve us. That somebody die, the government. What if the temple with evidence?
He's not. Listen now. What kind of evidence are you talking about?
Bro, you cannot stay dead body. Let's see dead body on the ground. You go tell them go bury it, bro. The government got to come in to do investigation, bro.
Government not have, maybe government listen, I'm not
the government just go bury it and say like nothing happened.
I'm not supporting the government. I'm not saying that like nothing happened. I'm not supporting the government in this, but I'm also not supporting the community. I'm telling you that the communities, they are not, functioning at all. They see the day ballet and nobody, they know that work, that dirty work, and nobody want to touch it. So everybody's staying away from it, that the government can't do it. Yeah, government's going to do investigation. I'm talking about if the communities are organized, if the dead body is found in your community, guess what? Community leaders will come together. They go report the case to the police. But people will be sitting there, everybody get money, they're waiting for police to come find the dead body so the police can't take the dead body. They will look at, go to the police and go inform the police about it. If the police now can't take it, wear gloves, organize people there, take that dead body and go lay it to the police station and move from there. That's what it is. But that thing cannot. But why are you laughing?
Bro, I haven't seen this happening anywhere.
Of course, you have not seen it happening anywhere because why? Those people they already have system in their country. The moment they go call the police, that's so that the police will respond. Police will come and take it. But in our country, we don't have system. So since we don't have system, you have to hold in it where everybody gotta be, responsive. You have to be responsible. You have to be accountable. The day ballet is laying out in your community. It's affecting you more than the police. Your children are going to school in the morning. Listen. Your children, I have been in Liberia, especially in FPRC. One morning I wake up from FPRC community, early in the morning around 6, 7 o'clock, rain falling, right on the road, when motorbike passing, going in the dead water, that somebody day ballet in. I swear to my mom, 5, 6-year-old children are passing, my man. They're going to school, they're dressed in their school uniform. This is not laughing matter. And the guy did ballet in the dirty water.
I laugh because the sweater is sweating now. I'm
saying? The children going to school 5, 6 years old. And I'm thinking, I saw the day ballet, I'm scared. And at the time I was like, what, 20-something whatsoever. I'm scared. But the 5, 6 year old lady getting it, children, they're going to school, passing by the day ballet in the water. They're just looking at the day ballet, going to school, they're both on their back. Do you know the kind of trauma it will cause those children forever and ever? That it was 5, 6 years old, the first time they see somebody day ballet laying in the water, in the community, and everybody passing by to say that another Tuesday, and like nothing going on. So the community is not responsible. The community is going to come together. Whole community, how to call it, leaders will come together. They go to the police station. They go to the police station. Your guy will come take the ballet from here now, right? Or they go, if they're not doing it, go take the day ballet and go carry it to the police station and go lay it there. But you don't do that. Guess what they do? They block the traffic. They say no car passing here until the police can come. That's stupidity. Why are you blocking traffic? You're making problem for another people who has nothing to do with your problem. You're attacking other civilians because you are having a problem. Go attack the government. Go attack the police station. Go carry a problem to the police station. Why are you blocking the traffic? You're creating another brand new problem because you have a problem. So your problem, you will create a problem for other people. Just like the city we're talking about the traditional leaders. They will create problem for civilians because they have a salary problem. Their salary has not been paid. Everybody have to be responsible. There's no system. There is no system, there's no responsibility, no accountability. And until then, we'll always live in that kind of chaotic environment. Every day
your recommendation is that if you tell the police don't come, you should go and take the body and carry it to the police station.
Carry it to the police station. Simple.
What if in that process now you tamper with evidence?
I just told you, glove is like what, $50 Liberian, maybe less than $50 Liberian. You wear plastic glove. If you not get gloves, buy black plastic for $5. You tie it on your hand. You can never tamper with forensic evidence. In Liberia, anyway, that just recent time they start talking about forensic evidence. There has been no investigation going on. There are thousands and thousands of cases, day-by-day cases, pending investigation. and it will never be investigated. Most of the investigation comes inconclusive, meaning they don't know what happened. You understand what I'm saying? So, but if you, like you said, to back up your argument, if you don't want to tamper forensic evidence, wear a glove. But that body got to be removed from that shore. Your children should not be traumatized forever by laying eye on people day by day on the street in their community every day. As if that's a normal thing. It's not normal. It's not normal. And government is not going to do everything, bro. If you see a community thriving, not because they get good government, but because they have good, how they call it, people, they have accountability. They have a good way of living. The people have to be responsible. If the people that we are the one that make up a state, we are the one that make up a community. We the people. If our way of life is not good, trust me, we'll never go anywhere.
Salia, you have interacted with a lot of foreigners. You have interacted with a lot of foreigners, and I believe one of them have asked you before, about your country, about Liberia. When foreigner asks you about Liberia, what you can tell them? I want to know. When you are asked about your country, when you are asked about your country by international friends,
yeah,
about how is your country, how is Liberia?
I tell them that our country is one of the most, flourishing country when it comes to how do you call it, nature. We are very, very God-given. If you go to Liberia, even if you forget about a plum seed, it will grow by itself. We have rain falling throughout the year. We are very, very blessed. God bless us with everything that you can ask from when it comes to nature. And our people, we are some of the most loving people when it comes to foreigners, when it comes to strangers. We are way more nice to strangers than to ourselves. So if you are a stranger and you want to go to Liberia, trust me, you will have a beautiful, experience. You will not see skyscrapers. You will not see Ubers. You will not see, like ordering online. People come and knock on your door and can't drop, your order to your doorstep. You will not see any of those things. But when it comes to just dealing with nature and dealing with people that are nice to you just because you are a stranger, Liberia is the best place to go 100%. This is what I say. But I don't dive into all these things that we're diving into right now talking about, because these things are personal issues. And we have to talk it among us. And I believe this is why exactly we lack. The moment we can fix that, the moment we can fix those things, because somebody will come to Liberia, like the way you ask, somebody will come to Liberia to come spend good time, and they're having good time because the people are nice to them, right? Nigerian people in Liberia, they don't want to go back. Ghanaian people in Liberia, they don't want to go back because they are being treated so nicely. They are being treated so respectfully. They don't want to go back. Why the hell should they go back? Liberians are very nice to strangers, more than ourselves. They don't want to go back. But at the same time, if you are a foreigner, you go to Liberia and you're having a good time, and then one morning you get out, there is a dead body laying down in front, on the junction that you're supposed to get a taxi cab from, and everybody is passing by. It's like as if it's just another Monday. Like, nobody give a damn. You're like, yo, this is barbarism. Like, what is going on? Right? You get scared. You'll be like, no, I don't want my children to grow up in that kind of environment. Nobody wants their children to be seen dead body at the age of 5, 6 years old. But Liberians, we are used to that. Like, I used to say the thing, Liberia treating day ballet like I said that chicken die. That in Liberia we can do that one. That in Liberia we can treat somebody dying, being I said that chicken die. Me and my brother will get in car, we're going to some village. Around that,
90% or 95% of those people ballet you can find on the street, they are all criminals. 95%.
It doesn't matter who is the person. I'm talking about the effect it has on the community.
When it comes to criminal in Liberia, Liberian people don't take that lightly. Mob violence. They say, bro,
nobody take that lightly. Even
they can try and scare you and lead. That's how they go. So
nobody take that lightly. Even here, they kill criminals here. This is why it's hard for you to find criminals here. Liberia, they kill criminal there, but the criminal there is all over. Like, you not even need to know for they say they're all over. I have paid money to bury somebody in Liberia, and I know the person. And the person that was not criminal, the person that was just somebody that was laying down in some kind of 0 10 in the community I was living in. Roto Town, the place that is going under demolition right now. We'll talk about it later on. I was living in Roto Town for at least a year, and one of the in the community there, someone 0 there, one guy used to stay there, and he was sick. He had someone go out on him, no visitor whatsoever. The guy he passed away in his new round. The room open. They were there for days, and then it started smelling. People started saying, "Oh, the man died, the man died." Early in the morning, I can't also because most of the sometimes I wake up early in the morning to go walk around because it's quiet and no sun whatsoever. And I can't also as I'm walking and I see people posting a little bit far away from the man, the man, Zima, and they just talking, what happened? I say, what happened? They say, oh, the man died. The man died, the man, you can see the man, you set it far, you can see the man, he also right in front of the door more. But the man died. And then smelling. People that just talking about people that passing, doing their own thing. I had to stand there and pay. And, honestly speaking, I'm not the only person that paid. Me and one other guy who put money together to pay 2 Zogos to take the man body from there to go bury the man body. You say you will not play with forensic. The man body was there for days. It's smelling. You understand what I'm saying? And the man was sick. We had to put money together to pay 2 Zogos that were there to go get rid of the man body to go bury him. Right? How long would that take? I don't know him. I don't want to know him. We can all sit down here and talk about forensic all day or maybe where a parent at. Nobody know a parent and nobody know a family. But the man is here. The man keep getting rotten. The community is getting polluted. Children are passing every morning going to school. They're looking at it and traumatizing them. Get rid of the body. But community leaders, they are nowhere to be found. I just moved in the community, young guy. And another young guy who was going to work that money early. We have to put money together to pay these guys to get rid of the body. I'm saying if everybody have that mindset in Liberia, that it's your responsibility. You live in the community. Try to work towards the betterment of the community, the cleanliness and the clean mindset of the people, mentality. Like the children, we have to build an environment that is conducive for children to grow up in. You see many Black Americans in America, they want to come back home in Africa, but they're not choosing Liberia as a destination. They're choosing other places. These are some of the reasons. Because we don't have any system. Everybody just living by their own. Oh, that man died, and I know the man, but I'm my family. If finish. So now my family, they may die in your community. They may die in your country. It may not your brother. Who will be your brother now? They may have Black man. They may have a brave man. They have brother, bro. Okay. And even if the man will not like bro, you will not like brave man, you will not Black man. They may die in your community. Their body is affecting the children that are growing up in your community. You gotta work, for the sake of the people. You have to be selfless, right? So that's what I would say. That's what I think we are lacking when it comes to that. Do you have anything for us to discuss, or should I move on?
Yeah. I was trying to tell you why you think Liberians, there are a lot of Liberians outside of Liberia who are successful. Mm-hmm. Why do you think that they are not coming back home at least build a human capacity, at least to establish, to help, employ or train people? Because we see in other neighboring countries like Ghana, Nigeria, you see a Nigerian man outside hustling, doing all kind of work, but his establishment back home is huge. It's massive. When they say the person that get a mansion, the person is in this country doing so job, you'll not believe it. And for we Liberians, there are a lot of Liberians, especially in Europe. They are successful in their household. They have alhamdulillah, they have something, able to help or to establish back home. Why are they not coming to Liberia? And I know for a fact there are other Liberians as well who have become successful in Europe. They are coming to Ghana, they are going to Nigeria, they are going to Sierra Leone to establish there. Why you think they are not coming to Liberia? Why?
Right. One of the main reasons I would go to would be like, because Liberia gets something that we call angry crowd. That is one. Angry crowd is that, if somebody do something wrong, whether that mistake or by intention, the crowd will just get angry and say, yeah, point the man's house down. Yeah, point the man's car. And before before anybody can wake up, they finish doing the destruction already. They will bring that person entire lifetime investment down in a matter of minutes. Like brother, I think only like brother I know that thing can happen because somebody did something wrong. And sometimes the person can be very, very wrong, and I agree. But to see the behavior of the people saying that angry crowd, this angry crowd. Not only like brother, they get angry crowd. Angry crowd. You know what I mean? They just wake up and just go burn somebody that business that we saw the other man business catch on fire the other day in real life, and they were looting the man's entire business. That's in Liberia that I think can happen. I swear to God, in other country when somebody business catch on fire, talk about a country in Africa, they will come and help you to off that fire. If they now want nothing, if you can give them something afterwards, no problem. But they're not doing it because they want something from you. They're doing it because they know one day it could be their own business on fire. It could be their own house on fire, and they will expect you to help them. Yeah.
What do you think is the cause of that? What do you think is the cause of that?
It's the mentality, it's the system. The mentality and the system of the. I told you we don't have system. We don't have system in lab. And system is not like, oh, the government say we must do this. No. System is the way of the people. If the way is something that people been practicing for at least a century, that is their way. That is their way of life.
You mean like that moral? You mean like that moral value? What they stand for as a
moral
people?
value, I agree exactly. One of the words to describe that is morality. Their moral value. You know what is their moral value? What is the moral value of the Liberian people? Do we even have some? Well, I'm not speaking like I'm speaking like majority rule now. Majority, because I know there are a lot of Liberians that have moral value, good moral value. But majority of us, where is the morality? Like somebody must stay on what is honorable. To say, you know what, they think are standing on, and a lot of people here they might not be supporting it, but are standing on it because it is honorable, is the right thing. And I'm gonna do the right thing. We don't do that. We only do what is gonna benefit us now. What can I do right now that will give me 10, 15, 20, $100 now? That's what I'm gonna do. Even if it is going to be the most possible worst thing anybody can do, I'll go ahead and do it. This is the reason why. The other girl, how do you call her? Siane Goe, I will never forget her name. The sister that came from Canada, she was living in Canada for God knows how long, working in the snow. She managed and built a beautiful house in Liberia. She was dating a Liberian guy in Liberia. And then she came back after the house was completed, living in Liberia, dating this guy. What happened, what not happened? She decided to move on from the guy, right? She said she not wanted the relationship anymore. This guy, out of jealousy, went and took this woman's life in the most gruesome way possible. According to investigation, she was raped, she was tied, she was burned on her own sofa in her own house. Imagine. This is a diasporan Liberian who went outside to go hustle, struggle, and build back home. And this is the payback she got for coming back home. Now, this is very, very scary. I'm in Ghana. I'm not a diaspora Liberian because I can come back to Liberia anytime. I was in Liberia about 2 years ago. I can go to Liberia. Even if I want by next week, I can be in Liberia. Right? Or in the next 2 days, I can be. So I don't consider myself to be diaspora Liberian whatsoever. But these are people that have been outside the country for decades or whatsoever. When they see things like that, they get scared. They get devastated. They be like, nah, man, I can't carry my children in that kind of place. I can't go sit down in that kind of place. Where is the security? Look how we were talking the other time. Megan Good is an American actress with her boyfriend, Jonathan Major, another American actor. They are dating and they just got their Guinean passport. They are Guineans. They repatriated back to Guinea. And they don't even speak French, bro. You know what I'm saying? And Guinea is supposed to be the unstable country at this moment because they just got a new president and the chaos have been here and there, people being protesting, people being, murdered. But yet they still choose Guinea over Liberia. Are you serious? Are you serious? And this is happening. They don't speak French. These people are supposed to have more relationship with Liberia than Guinea because Liberia was the first country or the first part of Africa that received the first, how do you call it, dispatchment of free slave from America to Africa. So these people should know that and they should say that, yeah, we will go claim that. But they claim in Guinea. They claim in Ghana. They claim in South Africa. They claim in other part of Africa like Kenya, Lesotho, and other places instead of Liberia. This is the reason why. And this is the question you ask is not even about African American, it's about diasporan Liberian, people that were born in Liberia but they went outside of the country, but they don't want to come back. They don't want to come back because they know we don't have any, we are lacking morality in Liberia. We're lacking morality in Liberia. You go to other countries, you come to Ghana, bro. This is not.
What do you think we lack? What do you think is the cause? Because
that's it. Morality.
You have to know. They say there's no fire without smoke, or there's no smoke. I don't know how they say it, but every smoke there's a fire, right? Every smoke there's a fire.
Yeah.
So the root cause of all these things, the root cause of all these things is something important, something that we have to talk about, something that we need to provide some clarity on it, and hopefully other people can benefit from it. That is the root of all these things, because I can be a Liberian and I leave my country and I'm opportune to work for more than 3 decades, and I get my earning, and I don't want to go back home to invest it. But not like you said, violence, mob violence, you know, people are jealous, and the environment is not safe, and then we don't have a system. And there's something that our leader have been encouraging diaspora Liberians to come back home, come and invest. At least we need private sectors that can help empower young people. But
Right.
then we are not having it. We are not having it, and everybody cannot depend on government to employ them. No, there must be other system. But then our moral, you spoke about moral. We don't have, and this charity begins at home. It begins at
Right.
home. You get it from your parent. Like, this is very important. It's very important. Your parent, your mother, your father, the discipline they put in you is what you take out.
Right.
And it's like it is like your compass directing you, the way you
Yeah.
do things, the way you address things, the way you answer questions. It is your moral taken from your home. But this time around, the youth,
Hmm.
we are many that our behavior is not even in line in a system, in a country. You see youth, everybody interested in certain things generally, but for us, it is the opposite. And this is something very important. It is something that we have to speak to. We have to, enlighten others, share our idea, and hope people benefit. That brings us to another interesting talking point that has to do with,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that has to do with what I don't want for you to change the topic. Oh. I want to say something more yet about this particular topic.
that has to do with, yeah, it has to do with our moral. We're talking about our moral, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We're talking about morality. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Fine,
Yeah. Yeah.
fine, fine.
You know,
Because
I agree with everything you're saying, right? I agree with everything you're saying. And there is a reason as to why if you leave Liberia and you go somewhere else, like especially in my case, I've left Liberia so many times and go to different countries. And you will see other countrymen, they are surprised, not just surprised, they want to be together, they work together in outside of their country. Liberians, we are the only people we don't like to see each other outside of the country. You understand what I'm saying? I have seen first time when I remember right, I was in Cyprus and I was working somewhere and I brought this Liberian guy with me, to work with me there. Bro, the Liberian guys that I brought with me to work the place I was working at, they turned against me in that working area and started hanging out with the people there that I was competing with. Because those people, they were people from other countries, they were from Cameroon, other brothers from Cameroon. And I had problem with them. And I brought my Liberian brother there so that I myself too, I can have my own team because the men they were like a team, at this hotel that they were working in. So I brought two Liberian guys because my boss told me, I want you to bring some of your brother to be here with you because I seen what is happening between you and them men and they not let you. So I want for you to bring some of your brother if you can get anybody. They may give me that authority to bring people in. If I can bring anybody, I went and brought two Liberians. I love for them. These Liberian guys that are brought into that working area, according to them, they came into the country, they had never had work. That was their first time working. I was in a Liberian WhatsApp group and I posted something in a group there to say that anybody that want to work, come so and so place at so and so time. The two of them they came that day. And I took them to my boss, and my boss employed them. Bro, I told you, the moment they made it, they found out that, first of all, I'm a Muslim. Second of all, I'm a Mandingo. It was just a matter of time, but they switched him with this Cameroonian men because why they could do everything together, they could drink together, they could eat pork together. All the things that I couldn't do as a Muslim Mandingo man, they could do that with the old men. Forget it. They switched him. And all of a sudden, on my own brother from the same country, they finished switching team on me. I'm the one who gave them the job. And before that thing happened, there was another hotel beside our hotel. There was a Liberian guy there, short guy, right? And when I started working in the hotel, somebody told me, "Oh, you're a Liberian in our hotel. They got another Liberian guy there." I said, "Really?" I tried to go meet the guy, but every time when I meet the guy would show me that long face. He wanted to have anything to do with me. He didn't know me. He didn't know me to say that I was Mandingo or Muslim or whatsoever, but he knew that I told him that I'm a Liberian, that all he knew. But every time when I tried to interact with him, he wanted to. Now, but after my man finished doing that thing to me, now I was like, wow, I see why. This brother here, I tried to befriend him. He was not trying to, like give me that, time of the day. He's trying because he's been through that same lane. Like hanging around with other Liberians outside is like almost setting a trap for yourself. Because definitely, again, we don't like one another. If you look at other countrymen, they see each other outside. Bro, even if their countryman is wrong, sometimes they support their countrymen against other countrymen. Liberians were not like that. And that's just an example. Others are morality, moral issue, like staying on what is right. You just mentioned it. A lot of the morality that we have instilled in us today, it was instilled in us by our parents. Parenthood is very, very important. You're gonna go raise a child. You don't even know how to raise your. You were not raised properly. You stealing in front of your child. You lying in front of your child. You cheating in front of your child. You are married, but your husband travel, but you sleeping with different men in front of your children. Then you bring a different boyfriend. As a matter of fact, you're not even married. You and your man, you're dating. You have almost. This is again. I don't want to jump into other things because another topic that will come in hard.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Yeah. Eh? Let's have it. Let's have it.
We discuss everything together now. Okay.
Yeah. Let's have it.
All right. Okay. So on. You how do you call it? You are living in a household with a boyfriend that you have all your children by. You guys been dating for 30 years. You are not married. Your children are looking at that. Your first child is 25, 28, 30 years old. They have their own children as well. You think they will get married? You, the mother, you have never gotten married. You are not going to get married until when you are in your 50s. You see them getting prepared. They say they're going to get married. What kind of marriage is that? Your Bible, your Quran literally tell you that you should not sleep with somebody that is not your husband or your wife. You go sleep with a person for your entire life. When you are about to get into your old age, now you say you're going to get married. What type of life is that? What kind of system is that? Where do you learn that from? What are you practicing? And there's a saying that say that children, they do what they see more than what they hear. You can talk all day, every day. They will never listen to you. But when they see you doing anything that they will do, that's why they say, man, your son really look like you. They make him tall like you. They make him walk like you. Because they see what you're doing. And they want to be like you. So anything they see you doing, that it will replicate, that it will imitate. But you will talk, my man, don't do no one. You tell me don't do no one, but whole day every day you doing it. Why am I not doing it when I see you doing it? I will do it. I will. They will drink. They will eat the thing that they're not supposed to eat. They will do the thing that they're not supposed to do. They will lie. They will cheat. They will steal. Somebody wallet drop down. They will take it because they see you doing it multiple times. So again, it's the way of life. It's the morality. If you don't have morality, if you don't have moral boundaries, if you don't have things that can bound you from doing things, if you don't have consciousness that can say, oh my man, that thing I go, I'm supposed to do, I will not do it because that's not a good example. Guess what? You go out there, you go make children. You just creating more chaos. The same God I'm talking about that I gave him job in Cyprus. One of the things he told me when I was there, my man, you not get, because I told him that, he told me that he has a woman, he has a child. And I told him that, oh no, me and I get a woman, I get a child in that, bro. So every time you're having a, some type of argument, you say that, oh my man, you get a child. You might just say, you not get a child, you not get a woman, you not get a woman. I said, oh, I mean, that bad thing down there. You go pregnant. You talking about you pregnant somebody daughter and come to Cyprus. You don't even know when you're going back, right? You're not married to this person. You just impregnate the girl, and the girl born behind you. You are here for the next 10, 15 years. You don't even know what that girl is gonna be going through. Yes, you might be heading her, but she's not gonna be sitting there waiting for you. She'll be dating another man. By the time you get there, she's dating another man. She's really born baby about another man. Again, you guys just go that. Oh yeah, that woman. Let me just go see with the woman and go born by her because I go somewhere. Let me be having one child behind before I go spend my 15 years on that side. That's not the way. There is no moral boundary. There is no, self, advice. And most of the time, self-advice is the best advice. Nobody will come tell you to do these things. You know what is right and you know what is wrong. Yet you still go ahead and do what is wrong. And this, I think, is our biggest problem in the country. 100%. It's the root cause of everything.
I agree with you totally, bro. You couldn't have said it more. And there are certain statements we know when we were growing up. I can remember around 2003. I was in another time. There's certain word when it's mentioned on the child, that child is stigmatized for the rest of his life or her life. That is when the child is called bastard. When I say the child is a bastard child. This war, people used to avoid these things. These are things that, because why make a child bastard, is, having them out of wedlock.
Yes.
Having them out of wedlock.
Yeah.
And nobody, in a family, in fact, the father in the family, he don't want a child to get pregnant. Child getting pregnant without, being married is abomination. In fact, the whole family will see it to be the black sheep. Yeah. And this is something that family norms used to be strictly against. So at the end of the day, you find out ladies, they are preserving themselves. They're preserving themselves. And men too, as a whole, men don't want to go around for that kind of thing. When you're going beyond somebody and you won't marry them. I remember that.
Of course.
I remember that our father, for example, my father used to say, he used to tell us in open, any of my daughter or my child, you just impregnate somebody's daughter or you bring better to my house, I disown you forever and ever. So everybody used to be afraid. We don't even go. And at the end of the day, you try to keep yourself.
Right.
And even, let's look at our faith. Let's look at Islam. Islam even tells you, La taqrabu zina. Islam says you shouldn't go closer to it. The Quran, Allah is warning. He didn't say, oh, don't do it, but he said, don't go closer to it. So any other thing that will cause you, to do it, don't go closer to it.
You know why I'm laughing? Let me interrupt you for 30 seconds. You know why I'm laughing?
No.
I'm laughing because today, if you are a man who is not dating and you are not married yet, you don't have a woman, you are not dating, people look at you as if you are weird, as if something is wrong with you.
Right.
I'm like, what is going on with you? Where are you from?
Right. Exactly, bro. Exactly. That's it.
Right.
Exactly. When you are not involved into these kind of things, people say, you are blind, you are close, you are this, that. And I'll be honest to say this on this live podcast. My elder brother, I saw my elder brother, taking this kind of statement very personal until he got married. The brother explained until he got married. Seriously, you will never see it. I never used to see him tripping this, that, because of what? Why he learned from our father, why he learned from our parent. And you as the elder brother, you're like a role model to your junior. You know that, right?
Right.
The younger brother, younger sister, why they see that baby sister, baby brother doing, they want to copy it as well.
Right.
But that's why Islam told us clearly in the Quran that you shouldn't go closer to it. But this time around, bro, people have numbers. People have numbers.
Guess what, even Christianity preach the same thing. The Bible say the same thing. The Bible say that thou shalt not commit adultery or fornication. Yet people still go ahead and like you don't give a damn.
And up to now, I think I think the religious home or school, they need to do more. Alhamdulillah,
Yeah.
I don't know for other religious home schools, but for Islamic for Islam, they stay straight on this principle.
No,
They
but
stay
here's the
preach
thing.
against it. It's,
Here's the thing. Yes, I agree.
it's not about how you feel. It's not what you feel. It's not they not come to do something, or to bind for doing something to satisfy you.
Right.
This is the law of Allah. This is the law of your creator, somebody who created you to
I,
live
I,
like
I,
this.
I would say
We are
this
not
very
animals.
simple.
This is
I would,
living like that. I'm coming to a conclusion. Living like this is, without marriage, without, just sleeping everywhere, having children anywhere. It's a way of animals. This is how animals behave. Animals,
well,
they
I
don't
mean,
marry. They jones for the
sadly,
jones for the jones.
sadly,
So
so
yeah,
this is how most of our people are behaving now, and it's not just Christians. It's also Muslims.
I know.
People. The Quran say it. The Bible say it that thou shalt not come. You should not go, like you say, don't go close to fornication or adultery. God forbid. And the Bible say the same thing as well. But again, I remember not just too long. I think it was 2007, 2008. One of my brother and friend, you may know him, but I will not call his name here, whatever. I remember the first time he came to us, we were all chilling, relaxing, and he said, "Man, first time in my life, I slept with my money with you. I slept with money with you. First time in my life." This guy was so excited the first time in his life. He was, how to call it, intimate with a Madigo girl. You know what I'm saying? This is something that never used to happen before, I would say 2005.
Mm,
Before 2005, if you are not a Muslim to sleep with a Muslim woman in Liberia, it was impossible. It
yeah.
was impossible. So things are like rapidly changing because people are moving away from the scripture. They're not minding anything. And when I say moving away from the scripture, I'm not talking about, sleeping with somebody else. I'm talking about sleeping with anybody that is not your husband. I use that my friend's scenario as an example because once it's not just about now sleeping with anybody, but you even sleeping outside anywhere, anyhow with anyone. This started happening to when I started experiencing seeing it in 2007 when my friend came, who was not a Muslim, and he said that my man first time I slept with my neighbor, and the men were there jumping up and down, saying like, "You found something that be about diamond behind the house." And you know what I'm saying? But the thing is this: we have this issue. People say that, "Oh yeah, I'm a Muslim. Oh yeah, I follow the Quran." People say I'm a Christian. "Oh yeah, I follow the Bible." But you don't. You don't follow the scriptures. You don't. The scripture says, "Don't do this." You go ahead and do it. The scripture says, "Do this." You go ahead and don't do it. And then all day, every day, you call yourself Muslim, you call yourself Christian, right? And this is what it is. You look in the Bible, it talk about how important marriage is, right? And yet, if you look among the people most of the people who call themselves Christians today, 99% of them are not married, but they're sitting down with people there forever and ever. They're born children, they're making children, they're having fun, doing everything they want to do. Like, what do you think you're doing? Muslim people, they're doing the same thing today, especially in Liberia. Most of our sisters today,
In Liberia, in fact, our role model, those people who copy from, they are all not Muslim. So these are the people who copy our style from now.
I'm telling you.
In our society now, Muslims, majority of Muslim youth, they copy everything they see non-Muslim youth doing. That's what they
Yes,
want to do.
that's
This is
what they want to
something
do.
wrong. This is totally wrong.
Even the way of marriages. Do you know that a lot of Muslim people that are married today in Liberia will ring? They put ring on each other's finger. You must
Yeah.
put ring on my finger. Like, where did you get this from?
Even me, I got married with ring. That's why it is not. No, seriously. I got married with ring, and it's not something
Check.
justifiable.
What?
Seriously, I just buy it. I just
What
buy
a
it.
what
No,
a break.
seriously.
What a break. Why be married with?
No, it was not like it is part of the ritual or it's part of the Sunday. I just bought the ring. I went. Seriously,
Hey yo, this is why? But what was the reason? What was
honest.
the reason behind it?
I'm,
Let me control
I'm
myself
being
a little
honest.
bit.
I'm being honest. Seriously, I did not,
Yeah,
ready to say, "Oh yeah, my ring," to say I'm playing this. I know. I was
right,
in Makkah. I was in
right.
Makkah, and
Yeah,
I was helping somebody to shopping. Seriously, no, this to be honest, it was not on my mind. I didn't even plan it. I went at the I took this lady. She was trying to buy jewelry. When they come from Hajj, they want to wear gold, they want to wear these things. So I took bros.
Yo, I'm trying to listen with seriousness, but I can't keep a serious face. Listen. When you say that, when you say that,
seriously, I'm saying this. This has nothing to. This had nothing to do with Islam. It has nothing to do with my faith. It's just something, it's like, we are following now. We are trying to be, trying to, at the end of the day, faith in the society, which is not something.
That is the problem. That's the problem. That's what I'm asking.
Right? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I did not do it. Let's say it is compulsory or it's part of the pillar. But when I went to the store, when I went to the jewelry store, and then I saw this shining silver ring, and on top of it is like diamond, very shining. And I saw this other one again, black, silver, and at times I wear it. At times I don't even wear it, to tell you that. I don't even. Yeah, I took it. So I saw it. I said, this would be nice. I'm gonna buy this. Tuesday. I said, I'm gonna buy this for my wife. And I bought it. I had it in my pocket, and I bought a nice one for myself as well. So I did not do it because I said I've attended a lot of weddings and I've seen a lot of my colleagues getting married, and then without ring, it's not something part of it's a branch in the.
That's the problem, right? That's the problem. It's not part of the ritual, but you still did it anyway. And this is the problem. Yeah, exactly.
That's why you can see my hand. You see my hand right now.
I know. That's why I laughing for. Because you bought it, but even you're not even wearing it. You don't even know why you bought it.
Yeah. So sometimes sometimes because I love to wear ring, for bluffing,
right.
for fashion.
Right.
I can
That's
wear
what I understand.
But it's not fun.
Listen. My thing here is this: we do things sometimes we don't even know why we do it, because why we are being influenced by what is happening in the society. You just said it earlier. A lot of us back home, we are influenced by people. The people we look up to are people from a different tradition, different religion, different part of way of life, and we allow them to influence us. If you are not very careful, you get influenced by them without even you knowing that you are being influenced by them. Right. And a perfect example is that ring that you bought. You never have like a bad intention about it or whatsoever. It's like you said, you love rings 100%. And even I must say that, I love rings. I do love rings. But, and you see this nice ring and you feel like, this one can really look good on my wife 100%. And I would definitely buy myself one. You're not doing it because, the Christians are doing it, let me go do my own. Not because of that. It was just in the good, remembrance of your wife, of your affection for her, 100%, which is understandable, right? But at the same time, this is a tradition that is practiced. It has been practiced by not just Christians, but even pagans. You understand? Even people that don't even believe that God exists, it's their tradition. They put rings on each other's finger to, connotate that this is my personal thing, this is my man, this is my woman. If you being a Muslim man, if you start wearing rings, how many rings are you going to wear? I mean, I was about men that are marrying more than 2-3 women. You got men that got 14 wives. You're going to wear 14 rings. You know what I'm saying? But again, we have to be very, very careful what we allow to influence us. And this is exactly what is happening, especially to our Muslim brothers and sisters back home. They venture into this lifestyle. The ring scenario is just a common example, but the other one is like just going without any responsibility. They just see somebody, oh man, let her get. Oh man, let it all get. I mean, you dating again. You're not even married. You dating is forbidden. To date somebody, I see people they thinking that. I think rich Muslim people they think that dating is allowed. Christian people they feel like that is their life now. I've never seen a Christian home where dating is not allowed. Like they daughter they can literally bring their boyfriend home to come shoot them to their father, and that is okay. According to the Bible, that is an abomination. That is one of the great sins that you can commit. You to go deep to sleep with somebody that you're not married to. But let's deal with our brothers, the Muslim brothers here first, right? They dating brothers and sisters. Dating is not allowed. And then you see the other girl, you like her because she get big butt. You like the other girl because she get big titty or whatever. And then you like that other one. Bro, dating one of those people there is a sin. Then you going ahead dating multiple one. Oh, my man, I got money, my man. I see that other girl, yeah. I want it. I got to, yeah. I see that other, yeah, my man, yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're not married. You don't get intention of. This is the thing. One of the reasons why I cannot sit down here to say that I didn't say I'm perfect. I've never did that.
No. Yeah. We have done something, that we are not proud of. But
exactly.
At the end of the day,
right?
At the end of the day, it's wrong.
Right, it's wrong. I regret it. The reason why I say that
that's the best way.
This is the reason why I'm hard. It's hard. When was the last time you have been knowing me for God knows how long? For more than 20 years. Is it 20? Oh, well, not 20 years. For at least 15 years or so. You have been more than 15 years. At least 17, 18 years you have been knowing me. How many times have you seen somebody to say that, oh yeah, that's sorry, I can't find that? I'm saying that you've never seen it. Maybe I've seen it one time. Maybe that's it. The reason why I'm hard to date is that every time when I see somebody that I want to date, I see a wife. I have to see you as a potential wife before I can tell you I want you. And you know what I'm saying? And seeing you as a potential wife is one of the things. I have to also see myself being a real husband, material. I have to be on the path of becoming a husband. I'm talking about responsibility, financial responsibility, and everything. Even religious responsibility as well, right? So I have to see myself in those lights, and I have to see yourself, you, the woman, in that light before even I can make an attempt to even talk to you. So this is why it's hard for me to even talk to any woman, and we don't have that today among us. Guys, then, oh man, I'm young, I'm doing anything, I get a small little money with me, and the junior they like me, so let me go out there and just do whatever I want to do and date any amount of women that I want to date. That's what everybody is doing, and if that I want to do, I will be one of the most spoiled guys out there. Like I'll do everything and anything, bro. What are you talking about? I'm very, very sharp talking. There is no amount of woman, no type of woman that, unless that woman that is way much into some type of money spending that I'm not able to spend. I'm not talking about that one. But if you're talking about sweet talking woman into relationship, come on, bro. Like, come on, man. Stop playing. So this way of life, just tasting women, passing around, it is one of the biggest problems with our society today. Not just Liberia, but the entirety of the whole world. It's a problem with the whole world. People don't value marriages anymore. They don't value marriages. I saw to my living God. People only who you dating, that your boyfriend there, yeah. That there. That I mean, man there, I want a woman there. They together, they living together. Boyfriend and girlfriend, they living together. They born children. The parents know about it. Everybody know about it, and it's okay. It's an abomination. Every day,
totally wrong.
Boyfriend and girlfriend going to church. They say they're going to pray. They're going to mosque. They say they're going to pray. Who are you going to pray to? You're breaking the law. What are you doing?
Right.
The Bible says that you should not fornicate. You're fornicating with this woman. You're burning children all day, every day. Then you say you're going to pray. Before you go pray, why you came back? What is holding you to marry the girl? Before you go to the mosque to go pray every Friday, what is marry you to? What is holding you to marry this woman? Don't you respect the law of God? We don't even want to talk about the other people that are dating married people. Because they get women that are dating men that are married. They get men that are dating women that are married. That is even worse.
And then bro, some of it, this is what we're talking about more. Some of it you see them on social media, you see them live saying, yeah, I can date married man. I don't care whether you married. But you ask them, oh, come be my second, oh, you want to be second wife? No, I don't want to be second wife. I can get married. But you can agree for my man to date my man to rent this for you, my man to do this, do that. I mean, what is wrong? What is wrong with our thinking?
This is what that thing you just mentioned, Jenna, that it taking us to our next topic, which is polygamy or monogamy, right? What happened?
Oh, you continue, bro. It's intertwined. Just you don't have to.
Because you say that they like to date married men. These are the same people that say that no. One man will get two women for what? Why one man will get two women? So if one man will get two women, then let me one woman will get two men too. Most of the women today, they are attracted to marry men. Why? There is a genetic root cause for that one. There is a real reason for that. Why are women, unmarried women, attracted to married men? Why? Because every married man is a responsible man. At least all married men are supposed to be responsible men. If you are married,
Yes.
you have children, that means you are responsible. You have people that are depending on you. This is why you are attractive to women that are single, because they see that you are capable of taking care of other women and your children. So they want to hang on you. They want to bring their own responsibility and hanging on you. That's why they can do that to be side chick. I'm not your wife, but I a woman, I a responsibility, but I can be out there and still be doing my own thing, but me and you can still be dating. They allow that. But if a man decide to marry more than one, oh my God, the man want to marry more than one for what? That is way bad behavior. But you want to be with that same man that married, you want to be a side chick, you want to be a girlfriend, at the same time you get boyfriend.
I think the reason for that, they don't want to be free. Probably to be free, if they are not married, they can still be dating married men. On the other side, they're dating another people,
Exactly.
That is it.
That's one of
That
the
is it.
problems. That's
They
one
don't
of the
want to maintain
reasons.
themselves.
They don't want exactly. They don't want to maintain
And this
themselves.
is wrong.
What I'm trying to say is that it's better that you get married, be a second wife to that man instead of being a girlfriend. You being a girlfriend, you can only get money behind closed door, behind behind the dark. They put small money behind you. I mean, in your mobile phone, your mobile money in secret. Nobody will know about it. Why can't you just be a second wife? That you will be a broad daylight responsibility of the man. Everybody will know that you are the man's wife, and you will get a respect of your wife. This is the ways of our forefathers. This is the ways of all major religion on the face of the planet, including Christianity.
Every prophet, if you follow every prophet story, bro,
Yeah.
they have multiple wives.
Multiple
Most
wives.
of the prophet are married and had children and have multiple wives. The Quran mentioned it, and even the Bible mentioned it.
Right.
And other holy scripture. Now, if you look at having multiple wives, let's look at Surah chapter 4, verse 3. There's an ayah in the Quran. There's a verse in the Quran, in that surah, that Allah made a ruling on how to marry, and in how to marry. Allah said, فَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ أَلَّا تُقْسِطُوا فِي الْيَتَامَى فَانكِحُوا مَا طَابَ لَكُم مِّنَ النِّسَاءِ مَثْنَى. So in English, Allah says, if you fear that you will not be fair or just with the orphan, you should marry. Allah started with masna. Allah started with 2. Sulasa wa ruba. He started with 2. He said 3, and then he said 4, and then he came back again. He said, if you are fair that you will not be just between the women, then you should take 1. And the just Allah was speaking about, because I listened to this ayah. A professor of mine explained this verse to us. He said, man as a whole, the way this ayah was revealed, it shows that every man should start marrying 2. You should start with 2. Listen. I'm coming.
Okay, right.
He was analyzing the verse. Allah knows best. Allah knows how the actual interpretation of this verse. But the verse started with 2. You should marry 2, 3, 4. If you know that you will not be just with the 4, then you should marry only 1.
Listen, sorry for my laughter. That laughter was out of ignorance. I agree with that professor 100%. Now I get it. The way you get it, now I get it.
Yeah. So this how the verse was revealed. It started with 2, 3, 4, and then go back to 1, because you'll not be just. And the just talk about, it's not about love. It's not about love. So the man will love the person, or more love the way the man love the water, or more love the juice like that. No, it's not possible. But the just is when you provide for this person, slipper, you should provide slipper for the other person.
Yes.
When you buy the person car, you should buy car for the other person. This is the kind of just they're talking about. And that's not talking about your heart. And if you look at the Quran again, when Allah was talking about marriage, he said from his sign, from the sign of Allah, is to create human being in pairs, make them husband and wife. Then he placed between them mawaddata wa rahma. He placed between them tranquility and mercy. There's the two things he placed between a husband and wife: a tranquility and mercy. When you see your wife, you can feel satisfied. You get peace of mind when you see your wife, and when you see your wife, you feel you feel that sorry for her, or you see your partner, you feel sorry for him.
Right.
You are willing to submit yourself. Whenever you are around your partner, you feel at peace, even when the whole world is running behind you. But whenever you are with your wife or your husband, you feel that yes, indeed, everything is okay. This is some of the signs of our Creator. This is some of the signs of Allah. And
Right.
polygamy is not forbidden. It's not forbidden at all. That's why modern society, or so-called modern, it's not even modern. I can call it modern society. So-called civilization or so-called human rights. These are the things they are against. These are the things they are against. A man having multiple wives, no, it's totally wrong. But yeah,
Right.
a man can get 4 or 5 girlfriends. He can go sleep on the side, go sleep. It's
Yeah.
normal. It's normal. No, it's normal. The man, so long the man does that, it's wrong. It is
The
wrong.
audacity,
And
you sitting down and seeing your children, getting pregnant left and right. This is
yeah,
a normal behavior today in our societies. But if a child or if a man want to marry a child at the age of 17, 16, 18, or whatever the case may be, oh, remember that small lady you want to go marry. That small
thank
lady,
you.
the small
Thank
lady
you.
getting pregnant outside every day. You sitting there looking at it. What about
Thank
instead
you.
of them getting pregnant outside, let them go into marriage and be a wife so that they don't get married, they don't get spoiled by some random guy outside there? No, 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 no. That is okay. That is
It's
all right
okay.
for the society.
Yeah.
But if a
Yeah.
man see that you want to marry that girl because that girl is 17 and the adult age for the Western world is 18, right? The adult, the Western world, the Western people, they decide that in their own world, 18-year-old mean that you finish become adult. And so when that
Yeah.
girl now 18, you say you want to go marry that girl. They may commit them, they made a way bad person, that way bad behavior, whatsoever. Everybody is leading towards they kind of sexual deviancy way of life. Like they letting the children go out there and just explore. Let the children live
Yeah.
her life. Let the child live her
Yeah.
life. Let the child
Yeah.
not even enjoy herself. Let she go live
Indeed.
her life. She says small year. She says small year. By the time she reached 29, she already got 3 children by 3 different men. By the time now you want for the men to go marry her now, and then when
Yeah.
she already
That's the
now
time. That's
all kind
that's
of
the
trauma.
time they're expecting miracle. They're expecting God to send a man from
Yeah,
heaven to kind of
yeah, yeah.
perfect man that they can imagine out here to come and marry. By the end of the day, you see a child is 15, 13. I saw a video of a 13-year-old child breastfeeding a baby.
Yeah,
13-year-old give birth. I think
yeah,
in Grandpa saw one of the country recently. This thing, the put it on all that news, this, that. But when you say, yeah, a 13-year-old that is mature, she have seen her puberty, and then she can go into marriage. When you try to encourage that, they will say, oh, you are pedophile. They use the word pedophile. They use the word
right,
pedophile. You are pedophile because you only let children in it. Which of course, you know, it makes no sense that children should be allowed to have multiple boyfriend, girlfriend, and then at the end of the day, they are not allowed to marry. And we saw another video circulating. Girl, someone that is like maybe it will be 13 or 14, see somebody from in front of her pa. I think we saw the video on social media. In front of her pa, starting, say she will not get the man food, the man sleep with her, the man don't get her money. Then the papa to saying now, her pa saying now, say, yeah, get money. I'm gonna get for you $30. What kind of society are we in? What kind of society are we in that we are so immune to the wrongdoing?
right,
Something happening, it's bad around you, but it's like normal. It's normal. We should, that normal thing, man, that normal thing. And this is not our value. We as a human being, there should be certain limit for everything. But at the end of the day, we are just into the prophecy because
yeah,
this prophesied that, yeah, when the war is coming to an end, these are things, these are changes that will happen in the world. We just talk
right,
about it. We just talk about it, and then those of us who can read scriptures, those who understand scriptures, we will talk about it, and then at the end of the day, we know that yes, indeed, the war is taking its shape. It's getting ready, so everybody's getting ready to go back, because these are some of the signs of the end time. Seriously.
Yeah, I agree. And what the Quran says about marry in twos, threes, or four. But if you know that you can't be just among them, then you marry only one. That is one of the beautiful thing, like I've heard, and I'm just trying to understand it again more. Even I've seen that verse before many times, but when you just put it again the way you put it, I even understand it more. It means that if you have the capacity, the capability, marry two. If you have the capability, marry two. Now I say everybody that get a capability to marry two. This is what God is saying. If you get a capability to marry two, three, or four. But if you know that you cannot be just among them, marry only one. If you have, not just the capability, but if you can be just among them, if you can be just, marry two, three, or four. But if you know that you can be just, marry only one. That's what it is, and it's beautiful. And anybody that say no to scripture like that, they are ungodly people. They have ungodly people everywhere. They are people that are just stopping their mouth to say they believe in God, but they don't believe nothing.
Before you continue, bro, there's a video that circulating on the internet as well. A married woman, the first wife is beating the woman beating the lady in a married gun, and it's alleged that she is the first wife of the husband, and the men were married. Second woman were informing her, so she was beating on the. You saw when you see the video, I will tell her to
she was beating on who?
She was beating on the married woman, the second wife, saying that yeah, the husband got married to the second woman. I informed her, and I saw it. It was kind of funny.
The first woman beating the second woman.
Yeah, and the second woman is in her married dress. She in the married clothes, and then the woman her mate is beating on her.
Well, I think listen. I think that is right though. I think she is right. Right.
No.
Forget about bringing a video. Let's talk about it. Forget about bringing a video.
Yeah. We're talking about it. She's not right.
Leave the video and talk about it.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, she's not right. Although it is not permissible. There's nowhere in the Quran or in the Sunnah, in the Hadith, that they say the husband should inform his wife, seek permission from his first wife before marrying the second one. I'm being honest.
Okay. Be honest now. Let's talk about it.
Provide me the proof. That says yes.
So you're telling me that. Listen now. You're telling me that you say that there is nowhere in the Quran or the Hadith that say that the man should, he don't need to, inform his wife about marrying anybody. The day you're ready, we're going to go marry the next one. Is that what you say?
Yes.
Bro, baby, stop that thing, man. I can bring out proof right now. I'm telling you, I can bring out proof.
Bring proof now. Bring proof that shows that yes, indeed, that men need to seek permission from the first wife before he marry the second one. No, but as a man, should you marry? Listen, as a man, should you marry the second wife or the third wife without informing the first? I would say no. Be a man.
Okay.
Be a man. Be a man. Listen, be a man. Yeah, you can find the proof, bro. But be a man.
I will prove you wrong on both sides, and then we'll talk about.
I don't want you to bring your opinion on this.
I'm not listening, but you bring your opinion just now. I will not bring my opinion, but you just say as a man you're supposed to do it. That is your opinion. Listen. You say as a man you're supposed to inform your first wife before you marry the second wife. That is your opinion, and that is my opinion also.
No. You did not get me right. You did not get me right. As a man, you don't listen. You don't need to seek permission or to inform your first wife before marrying. I don't want my wife to see this video before she fight me.
You just said it's not in the Quran or the Hadith, but you believe as a man you're supposed to do it. That's why you say, and then you say now what you said.
Yes,
but you say again, you not what you said.
No. You see, I'm telling you on the law that back a man to or back a woman for the man to ask ask his wife for permission.
Okay, what is your opinion? Because you already said that it's not in the Quran or the Hadith that say that you should inform your wife or your first wife before you marry the second wife. It's not there, right? And what you said?
Yeah.
But now, what is your opinion as a man? You're supposed to do it or you're not supposed to do it as a man?
As a man, listen now. As a man, you wanna marry, because I've listened to a lot of scholars on this kind of statement. I'm going to quote a scholar.
Bro, as a man, opinion, please go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm listening.
As a student of knowledge, you have, as a man, inform your wife, tell your wife, be a man. You are the man of the house, be a man. Tell a woman, oh, I'm gonna get married for the second time, or I want to marry again. Be a man. You are not seeking permission. You are not seeking permission.
I just said what you just said. I said that's what you say. You say no, that now you say, and then when I ask you again, you repeat the thing. You say that I say. This is what I say. I say, and you say, Jenna. This is what you say. As a man, you're supposed to inform your wife before you marry the second man. This is why you believe in your opinion. But you say that the Quran did not say it, or the Hadith did not say it. I'm telling you that the Hadith definitely say it. You may not see.
Give me the Hadith. Give me the Hadith.
Listen now. You may not see a or a specific verse that say that you have to go in the Quran, but the Hadith definitely. What are you talking about? Why do you think that you think it is right, but it's not in the Hadith? No. First of all, I come here, I'll give you the Hadith. I come in now. The fact that you think that it is right or it is fair for you as a man to inform your first wife before marrying the second wife, why don't you think that it will be in the Hadith? Since you think so, you think personally that it is right, it's good for you to do it, but it's not in the Hadith. What are you talking about?
Give me the Hadith. I'm somebody. You know, when you give me an authentic Hadith.
The Hadith, ever states that a man should inform his first wife of marrying a second wife before marrying his second wife. Why are you laughing for? What are you laughing for?
Are you asking ChatGPT right now?
You don't want the Hadith verse? Do you want the verse or not? Listen now. Do you want the verse or not? Do you want the verse or not? You want the verse or you don't want the verse?
Bro, this.
Why?
Bro,
what is wrong with asking ChatGPT? What is wrong with asking ChatGPT?
Listen, asking ChatGPT or Meta or Nova, all these smart apps, they don't know Akida. They don't know.
You don't understand what is happening here. I'm asking ChatGPT to bring up a Hadith verse that talk about this particular issue that we're talking about.
Hadith is not a verse. Hadith is not a verse. It's a quotation.
A verse. I mean,
okay, come on.
You don't have ayah in the Hadith. Hadith don't have ayah.
No.
How do you quote the Hadith then? If you quote in the Hadith, how do you quote the Hadith?
The Hadith is not an ayah. Only the Quran is an ayah, bro.
Okay. What is an Hadith? How do you quote it? When you quote the Hadith, how do you quote it? Quotation of what? What?
Bro, give me the Hadith. If you're not asking ChatGPT, I don't want to bring another argument. Give me the Hadith.
You don't understand.
Take your time, write it. If you want, I can give you 15 minutes. You write it. Take your own time, write it. Let ChatGPT give you the proof for it. Bro, you know how many books we read on a daily basis?
Listen, right? You did not believe ChatGPT, but this is what ChatGPT is saying, right? And ChatGPT in the beginning is in your favor. This is the short answer, right? You say, you don't believe in ChatGPT, but first of all, I
say I don't believe in ChatGPT. When it comes ChatGPT, when it comes to certain religious questions, I don't ask ChatGPT that question.
ChatGPT, you don't know what? How will you not ask ChatGPT that question? Why?
Sometimes they misquote the verse.
They don't misquote. Listen now, what they tell you, they just show you. Just say that there's no verse in the Hadith. That's what you say. And I'm saying that there is verse in the Hadith. Hadith have quotation. You cannot quote the Hadith unless you quote an ayah or a verse in the Hadith that you quote it. You can't just say, "Oh, the Hadith say." Which part of the Hadith say it? Which part of the Hadith say this? If you say that, the wudu, okay, for example, and the Hadith describe the wudu, to take wudu, to take your prayer water.
Bro, don't divert the question. Don't divert.
No, I'm not. I'll read the answer. Listen, I want for you to
read the answer. Read the answer. What you got? Just read the answer.
You said something.
Just read the answer, bro. Can you read the answer?
No. We'll get to the bottom of this. We'll get to the bottom of this and now read.
No. Seriously, we are at the end
Bro,
of the
we
show.
will
We are
get
at
to
the
the
end of the
answer
show.
of this.
Let's
We'll get to the answer of this, then I'll read the answer. We'll get to
we
the
got
bottom of
21
this.
minutes to go. Let's use
Even
it.
that, even that 1 minute we'll get to go. If you stop talking, then we'll start talking. That's the only way we'll go. Okay. You see the hadith, there is no how are you going to quote the hadith if you're not attributing the verse, if you're not attributing the ayah? You know, okay, but like if you are going to say that the hadith say this or this and that, and I'm going to ask you which part of the hadith say that one, where in the hadith say that one, how are you going to indicate that so and so part of the hadith say that? I'm asking you a question,
bro. You have a question on your plate to answer. When you clear with that, then we'll jump to that.
If you don't answer this question, then I'm not gonna read what ChatGPT.
Why? There are win. If you don't want to answer,
yeah, the answer is already here. I already told you the answer is here. I'm looking at it right now. I will read it out to you.
But I believe you are holding out to this answer. I believe you are holding out to this answer because
listen, why you don't want to talk? Why you don't want to talk? I ask you a simple question.
Okay, listen now. Hey, ask me a question. For example,
if you say that the hadith says so and so thing, I'm asking you where in the hadith say this one. How are you going to indicate the part of the hadith that says so and so thing that you claim? How are you going to indicate it?
Okay, this is it. For example, I'll give you this hadith that was narrated by the sources. Listen now, it was narrated. Every hadith is a narration. It's a narration. You don't know that?
Go ahead. How are you going to indicate that the hadith says so and so thing? Which part of the hadith? Where?
That's what I'm saying. It was narrated. It's not. Let me tell you something. Hadith is not get specific. But yeah, they hadith. The other hadith need to be the number one, or they want need to be the number two. Sahih Bukhari is the compile of hadith into a book. So if you want to find a certain hadith, or when you find the Sahih Bukhari, they will tell you the chapter number. So when you go to that book, you check to it.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. The number, the chapter number, the verse number. You gotta have the verse number. You said I don't have verse number.
Hey, what are you doing? You want to understand me? There's no specific hadith to say that hadith is number one hadith.
Every narration has a number. Every narration has a number to say chapter this one or verse this one. This is my first time use. I'm not a student of the hadith. I'm not going to pretend I'm one. But what I know is that
you are not.
Every narration is numbered. Every narration is numbered. There is no way there is a narration is just there in the hadith. You just say it's just inside. Where in the Sahih Muslimin or where in the Bukhari you're going to find it? It's just there. Where?
There are books. There are other books you find numerous of hadith in. All right. Listen now. If I'm giving you reference to this book to go and find certain hadith, I must give you the book. I must give you a book page number and the hadith number in that book. It doesn't mean in another book. If you're going to check for that hadith in another book, it will be.
I'm not saying that. And I know. Listen, I know that there are different hadith books. I'm not saying that when you come in Muslimin, the number here you find here. When you go in Bukhari, you're going to find the same number. I'm not saying that. Muslimin is different from Bukhari. You understand what I'm saying?
If you are not saying that, then no need for that. There's no need for the question.
I just told you that every hadith, every narration has numbered. They are all numbered. They have something we call in Arabic ayah, in English verse. And you say, no, you not get verse. They get verse. All Muslimin narration has verses. All Bukhari narration have verses. They have their own verses. They might not be the same number, how they call it. It might be, if Muslimin is talking about wudu, and the wudu is verse or chapter this one or 14 or whatever, it doesn't mean that in Bukhari you're going to see the same 14 talking about wudu. No, that's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that they all have numbers.
Then listen now.
Talk, my man. Let's go.
The Quran, for example, the way you get Quran number one, Quran or Surah number one. The Surah number one is Surah Al-Fatiha. You don't find any book that compare all the Quran together, and then you go find Surah Al-Fatiha to number 2 or number 3. You don't.
Right. I agree with you. No. We know that Quran is just one book. It's one book. I come in. We have a comment in the comment section by Leon Podium. We're definitely going to address it. But let me read your answer to you. Are you listening?
Yeah.
The map isn't reading the comment.
No. I'm listening.
Okay. All right. This is
Okay.
your
Wait.
answer.
Before you read, before you read my answer.
Right. Okay. You want to read the comment?
No. Listen. Let me learn, brother. Let me learn. Hey, man. Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll wait you. What happened?
Give me chance. Oh, you want to be talking? Give me chance.
I just didn't know. I'm not talking. I'm giving invested laughing in wasting time. What are you doing? Talk now. You can't talk.
No, give me chance. Give me chance. The message that is in the private chat, I want for you to look at it. Just give me a second.
There is no message in the private chat.
The message I typed before, I'm about to attend to it now.
Okay, no problem. No problem about that. Hey, but yeah. Are you here? I think you're gonna go in there. All right. Yeah, that is it. Leon, let me read Leon comments before he comes back. Leon Porter say, Leon, first of all, how are you doing? How are you doing, bro? It's been a while. Leon say, I'm not actually getting the point you guys are speaking from, but if you guys, oh my God, sorry. He said, I'm not actually getting the point you guys are speaking from, but if you guys are speaking directly from the religious perspective, I don't know. But on a logical basis, if a man has his first wife and wanting to marry another one, he should let the first wife know, even though he does not need her confirmation, my view. Wow. I mean, 100%. I agree with you, Leon. He say he is laughing because he has realized it's 40. Definitely I have. Yeah. I'm telling you. But yeah, Leon, I agree with you. I agree with you 100% on this particular comment here. And I'm even surprised, even though that, he somewhat find a fault at himself, with himself in this particular topic. I think he is still right when it comes to the thing we're talking on religiously regarding the hadith. And I'll go ahead now and read it. That's Leon saying. Leon saying that you don't know if we are talking about this from a religious perspective. From a religious perspective, he doesn't know. But when it comes to a logical perspective, he believes that, or you understand that he agree that a man should, inform his first wife before marrying the second one in. That's his view, and I get that we all agree with that 100%.
Yeah. I agree that you should be a man enough and inform your wife. Say, "Oh yeah, I'm getting married."
This is why ChatGPT. Okay, now you can't enter. This is why ChatGPT say now. This is what ChatGPT say. He said, ChatGPT said no. The question, because I asked the question. You remember I asked the question, right? And I'm saying that does the hadith say that a man should, inform his wife before marrying the second wife? ChatGPT said no. There is a authentic. This is a short answer. The short answer is no. There is no authentic hadith in which the Prophet Muhammad explicitly, explicitly, and ChatGPT putting the sallallahu alaihi wasallam there. You saying that when I ask ChatGPT, imagine. No. I'm telling you, this is what I'm saying. If ChatGPT can say sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then why can you not ask ChatGPT? ChatGPT is just a direction. They're not just giving you anything. They're giving you
go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Don't get different ChatGPT. Go ahead, bro.
Hadith in which the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam explicitly commands a man to inform or seek permission from his first wife before marrying a second wife. But, and this is the important part, Islam still places serious condition on polygamy, right? Having more than one wife. And those conditions indirectly affect this situation a lot, right? What does that mean? That is still saying that, yes, there is no ayah or there's no hadith saying that, yeah, you must go inform your wife. But in Islam, there is, how do you call it? Islam places conditions indirectly affecting this situation a lot, meaning it will affect you, it will force you to go and inform your first wife.
I just stated it. So for a woman, to rebel against this kind of thing, they are wrong.
I I mean, maybe, but when Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala says that, when Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala says that, if you cannot be just, marry only one, and the first thing you do when you marry the second wife is go ahead and marry the second wife without even the knowledge of the first wife, is that being just? You going ahead to go?
Okay, who are going to determine your injustice? Who's going to determine injustice?
You have to understand the woman is fighting.
Answer the question.
Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is going to determine your injustice.
Thank you. Clearly. So if this man within himself, he choose to marry more than one, and you will not be just, it's between you and Allah. Allah will deal with him for that.
Well, yeah, it's between you and Allah. Even if you do me wrong, it can be between you and Allah. If I'm not able to do anything to you, it's between you and Allah. But the woman is saying that you are this, how they call it, you are not doing justice to me by you going out there to bring a new person in our family.
I want you to listen to the video.
Let me finish. Listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can't cut me off in the middle of a sentence. I can't allow you to go out there and bring somebody into our family, into our home, without even informing me. It's just happening as a surprise. I just go, you're the person, You can't do that. That's not justice. That's not justice. You know what I mean? And that's not even respectful. You know what I mean? So all these things, they are all part of, being just. And it's informing the first wife required in hadith. There is no Sahih authentic hadith where the Prophet said, okay, yeah, we have already read this. So yeah, that is that. I believe that that's not justice. You going out there to go marry your first or second wife without informing the first wife. I think informing the first wife should be done. And I'm surprised that it's not in the hadith. And I'm very, very surprised.
Because it is not a requirement that yes, a man must
it is a requirement. You just said in your own opinion, you think that it is good for a man to inform his first wife before marrying.
Okay, what if the man not inform his first wife? Should he be in contempt for that?
Yes.
No.
What is wrong with you, bro? We living together. You and your husband and wife living together in a house. You go and bring a new wife and you don't tell the first wife about it? What is that? What kind of human being is that? Forget about wife. Listen. Listen, even it's not about wife. If you are going to buy a new donkey, if you are going to buy a new donkey or a new dog, you should definitely inform your wife about it. What is wrong with you? You just go bring a new human being into your life, into your home, without informing your first wife about it. It's not that you're asking for permission, but you inform her. Let her know. She is one of the leaders in the house, bro. Let her know. She can just be saying that.
I agree, bro. I just
told you. Agree, but you still want to.
I just told you. And if the man inform her before bringing her, he's not a man. Maybe he's not a man. He's not a man, but he should be able to tell. He should be able to tell a wife, yes, indeed, I'm going to take a second wife. Not asking for approval, but inform her.
Exactly. So we come back to you, the one that bring up this story. You see the woman beating the second wife because the woman said the men not inform her. She's not talking about permission. The woman said
no. Listen. This is alleged. She said the men but she's not speaking English. She's not speaking English.
It is alleged. So let's go with the allegation. Yeah. Where it is alleged, we go. Yes, we go.
It's alleged. It is alleged that she did not confirm it.
Right.
And I'm saying she don't need confirmation. The man don't need a confirmation. I want you to. I find in the video. I can see it. Why did I not?
We don't need to watch that video. Forget about the video, my man. We just need to talk about it.
It's for those who are watching. I don't
want to see two women fighting here, my man. We already talking about the whole thing. And if you are going to
stick to the topic now about this polygamy and those who are against this polygamy stuff.
Yeah, people who are against, like I said, people who are against polygamy, these are people, number one, they are not religious people. That is number one. Number two, they are not logical people either. If you are not,
some of them are religious, some of them are religious, but they're not the other part of the religion, they don't care about it.
They're not religious. If anybody that is religious, you will know that polygamy is for the benefit of the entire world. Like, it's the only thing that makes sense. Without polygamy in this world today, there will be way more disaster. Do you know how many women are there that without polygamy they will be out of homes, that they will not have husbands, they will not have people to be like protection to be living under? So if you say that you are religious but you don't agree with polygamy, you are not religious. Your religion is just in your mouth. You think that, you know, all the prophets, like you said, all the prophets that came, almost all of them has multiple wives. You think all of them did that just because they wanted to have multiple wives, or because they just wanted to have fun? You know, these are people that almost all of, I would say, in fact, all of the people that are against polygamy, marrying more than one wife, are people that who know nothing about religion. They are not religious whatsoever. They just want to go with the Western idea of life. And even the Western people in America, people in Europe, they were doing polygamy before. They just started this one man, one woman business about the last 50, 60, 70 years. They were practicing polygamy. But they came up with this idea that one man, one wife, because why? Women have more rights, especially as a wife. You have more rights in the society. So if you are a man, you have multiple wives, meaning that family have more income coming on the basis of just wife. You understand what I'm saying? So they can't allow you to marry more than one wife. It's not because they're fighting for women's rights. It's because they don't want for their government to spend too much money on one family. Every family should have only one wife so that they can spend only one wife money on one family. So they say that everybody should have only one wife. They start carrying this idea. And then people start attributing it to Christianity, to Bible. Go look in the Bible anywhere where they say God say that you must marry only one wife. Where God say that, you will never ever see it anywhere in the Bible where God say that you should have only one wife. You will never see it. This is, you know, a Western idea that they just forced into Christianity. And now even some Muslims are adapting to that idea. You know, some Muslim women, they get married to their husband, and their husband decide that he want to marry a second wife. Are not doing it. What the hell is wrong with you? You know what I mean? What is wrong with you? Are you even a Muslim? Why you mean by you're not doing it? Then you're the one getting married. You have to understand, the only thing you're entitled to is to be informed. You're supposed to be informed because you are one of the leaders in the house. But you're not, nobody asking for your permission. Nobody's asking for your permission. You have a husband, and this husband is telling you that you want to marry the woman. You're not saying that you want to date the woman. You want to marry the woman. And you saying no. This is why today you will see a lot of men, they are in relationship, they are married to a woman, but yet they are still sleeping outside. They have multiple girlfriends. Because why? The woman said that only my one will be a wife in the house. Guess what? You will be the wife in your own world, but that may get multiple women outside that you feeding, that you taking care of, that you feeding born by. Different family outside. But he doing it the wrong way because why? He has a deviant woman. He has a non-compliant woman. He has a non-religious woman. But if you have a religious woman, like I said, the only thing the religious woman will ask for is the information. Inform me. That's the only thing they will ask for. And no matter how religious you will be jealous. Every woman is jealous, just like the way every man is jealous. It's understandable. Jealousy is understandable 100%. But that your faith, your iman, your faith in the religion, in the scripture, that it will carry you.
Where Imam? I let the way you preaching.
I'm preaching things that are making sense, my brother.
Yeah, preach, Baba, preach. I wish we can get Leo on the show.
One day we'll get Leo on the platform 100% because he will represent the other side of the podium. Leo is saying that my question is, if the man consulted the first wife and she refused, is there any verse in the Quran that will back her claim?
No.
Or if the woman decide to leave the marriage, can it be accepted by the religion? Of course, it can be accepted by the religion.
Yeah.
At any time, if the woman wants to leave the marriage, yes.
In fact, there's a hadith that the Prophet frowned on he banned every woman for telling their husbands to divorce another woman before they marry them. You know, some woman can do that thing. Say you want to marry me, that woman you get divorced. That is totally haram. The Prophet spoke about it in one of his hadith that yes, a woman shouldn't ask for divorce for her sister because she want that man to marry her. So
right.
You so you
You the
you
second, you the second woman that coming in before you come in. You have to accept the fact that the man is married to another woman. That's the first thing you have
yeah,
to accept.
but you know very well that some women they can demand that, right? Someone else will
Of
become and say,
course,
oh,
of
before
course.
you
These
marry
are
me, you must lead that woman.
yeah.
So
These are
so
non-religious women. These are non-religious
so
women. They don't believe in religion. You
so
know, they
Leo,
don't.
if a woman refuse, she said no, and I agree. No, your only duty is to inform her. Since you inform, she already knows she not agree. You go continue with your marriage, bro. Continue with
Yeah.
your marriage. If she wanna leave, she can leave. Let her leave. Let her leave. That is it. And the thing about divorce, if one person made up their mind they want to leave, if one person made up their mind they want divorce, Islam says you should divorce them. You shouldn't force them. If one
Yes.
person made up their mind, and
I would
honestly,
say this,
issues.
Leon Porter, I would say this. A lot of information out there about Islam is not true. You know, there is no force in Islam. Nobody forcing anybody to do something. Maybe your father can force you to pray. Go pray. I will flock you if you not pray. Or your father, if you are a girl child, your father can force you to wear the veil, the one we call hijab in Arabic rather. You know, the veil, the scarf. Go wear it, or else I will flock you. I want to see you also with your hair flapping all around. Your father can put you on that. Your father can force you to wear the hijab. But when you become your own adult, these are your decisions now. The moment you become a man or a woman in your decision, yeah, your father will say, in my house, no woman in my house will be walking around without no veil on top of their head. They have to wear veil. They have to wear hijab. That is his house. If you don't want to live in it, or if you don't want to wear the hijab, move from in a house. You are an adult now. You can go build your own house and do whatever you want to do there. There is no compulsion. And if you are married to somebody, if you want to divorce the person, the Quran said there should be a good reason for divorce. You, as a Muslim woman or Muslim man, you want to divorce, you should have good reason for divorcing. But even if you don't have any good reason for divorcing, if you want to leave, no problem. The man should not force you to stay. No man should force you to stay anywhere that you want to live. Even if you don't want to stay there anymore, no problem. You can leave. Oscar is commenting from YouTube and he says, uh, as much as it's said in Islam that you do not need your first wife permission before marrying the second wife, for honesty and avoiding harm, I think it will make sense to inform the first wife. I agree 100%. We
That's
are
what
all
we
on
are
the same.
saying. That's what we are saying.
We are all on the same boat, and I like the fact that Aska is commenting from all the way on the other side from YouTube. I love that
That's
100%.
that's what we are saying, bro. And yeah, you say that the father is the father of the house. He restrains you. And the thing you talk about compulsory in the Quran is stated that ikrah fi din. You cannot force people into the religion. No,
You can,
you
you
cannot do
can.
that. But you as a parent, there's a stages. They get there are certain things they call it kimul Islamia. They call it Islamic value. As a parent who is a Muslim who practicing Islam, you have to raise your family or you raise your children in Islamic value. It start with that. Teaching them how to pray at
I
certain
agree.
age. At
Mhm.
certain age, like 7, when they are 7, according to the Sunnah, when they are 7, you teach them how to establish prayer. You take them to the mosque. You take them to prayer site. Even when they are playing around, let them be seeing people praying. And at certain age, when it's 10 or 10 or 12 year, you beat them when it start to leave prayer. Because for 3 years, if you are teaching children to do something for 3 years, children know they are smart, they quick to copy. They see you doing something, even when it's not prayer time, you see children coming, stay on the mat,
Mhm.
do like this, because why they see you doing it. If they love doing it, when it reach 10 years, 12 years, they will continue doing it. But then when they don't want to do it, you should beat them. And in the beating now, there where people can misinterpret the hadith.
Right,
When they say beating, they can beat a person to the extent that the person not able to say now, the person not able to walk, the person not able to eat. I'm not kind of beating they're talking about.
right.
You should when you beating the other arm to the show. It's like you beating it, just for them to know that yes, what they're doing is wrong. This is the kind
Right.
of beating, but a misinterpretation, bro. The way the media have been carrying out Islam message, the way the media have described Islam, many people stay away from it. But if you as a non-Muslim, you see Islam for yourself, you learn Islam for yourself. You travel around and see how Islam is. Trust me, you will debunk majority of the statement on the social media against Islam.
I agree.
So,
I agree. Listen,
so
I come in.
this,
I come in.
yeah.
Let me read a comment from Leon here.
I mean, let me not be really petty. Let him come on the show. You can't talk,
Yeah,
bro.
their comment is very
Yo, make
long.
it come on the show. You can't talk. You're not supposed to be
Let me
ready.
just
To
read
be,
some. I come in.
yeah,
He said in the Old Testament, some men had more than one wife, but God never commanded polygamy. It often caused conflict, jealousy, and pain. The New Testament clearly points believers back to one wife. Genesis 2:24. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his wife. But and they shall be one flesh, and they shall be one flesh. But that's
the
not.
King James version. Let's go to the
Notice.
King James version. Let's go.
No. I come in, but still,
Let me
that does not mean.
brother.
I come in. When still, it doesn't mean that you should marry only one wife. I've never seen that yet. It said that notice it says wife, not wives. It said that wife, but not wives. God's first plan for marriages was one man plus one woman equal one flesh. I mean, there is nowhere in the Quran, new version, old version. I mean, I think Quran. There is nowhere in the Bible, in the new version or the old version, whatever version you want to use, where God said that one man should marry only one wife. All these things here, you can interpret it to say that it say wife. It did not say wives.
But this King James version is a version that was rewritten by other people.
But listen now, that is a whole different. And I don't want for us to even discredit the King James version. I just want to say that this particular verse, it did not say that you should marry only one wife, that you will not marry more than one. There is nowhere where it says that you will marry only one wife. It's not here. It just said that
because the word is used wife, not wives.
Yes. But listen now, they say that one more leave your. You say that. Let me read it. Let me read this again. They say that Genesis 2:24 says, "Therefore shall a man leave his mother and his father, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one, one flesh." You understand what I mean? It's literally meaning that growing out of childhood and becoming an adult, leaving your parents' house and building your own house and having your own family. Then in this scenario, when you're explaining it, of course you will say, you should leave your mother and father and you have a wife and move on to your, to your own home and be one with your wife. This is in a matter, of course, you're going to speak in singularity. You can just, speak out and say, and move in with your wives. You are talking to somebody who are not even have one wife yet, and you're already speaking in plural. So this is the wording of the Bible. It does not mean that one man should marry only one wife just because of what these statements say right now in this particular verse or chapter or whatever. There is no indication that say that okay, one man should marry only one wife. It said that you should be one in flesh with your wife, one flesh. Yes, you and a woman should be together. That's what I mean. 100%. If you marry a woman, you can. So you want to tell me that you can't be you and three wives, you all can be one? If you and one wife can be one, you and three wives, you can be one. If you and your first wife can be one, your first wife, your third wife, your fourth, 15th wife, you all can still be one. This is the same thing. If multiple people can be one, then definitely multiple can be one. 100%. Again, there is nowhere that you will see in the Bible that it will say that one man is equal to one wife. Like you said, the Old Testament, some men had more than one wife. The Old Testament. Again, that is a whole different conversation. The Old Testament. I don't know why people like to, just throw away the Old Testament. And that's the old thing that the old thing people used to do. This is the same mentality we have these days. Like people don't want to, they don't want to respect the ways of our forefathers because why? That old people mentality. That we in the new generation now, we got to change our style. We have to change our word. Even the New Testament, I'm saying that you will never find it in the New Testament where it says that one man.
Who is this? Who is Oscar addressing this question to? I don't know who is addressing this question to.
Yeah, Oscar say what? Oscar say, how do you know God first plan? You move on that. You're addressing it to Leon. You're addressing it to Leon. Leon say in a comment say, God's first plan for marriage was one man plus one woman equal one flesh. But that is not written anywhere in the Bible. to say God first plan for marriage was one man plus one woman equal one flesh is never. You can put it together and say, okay, this is why it means. Like why you say a man should be one flesh. It should be in one flesh with his wife.
You know the things about the common example. I sat in class with one professor. He gave example of a polygamy. He brought 3 glasses of water. He set it down, and he brought 3 separate juice flavor. He brought mango, he brought orange, and then he brought apple. And then he took the mango juice. He said this mango juice is man. He said the 3 cups of water they are all female. And then he put mango juice in each of the water. And then he makes it. He makes it. He called, he said, your taste it. We tasted it. All 3 of it. He said, it tastes. We said, it's nice. He said, all the 3 cups have mango juice, right? And they all still normal. It's normal for drinking this, that, right? He said, yes. He took the remaining 2 juice, which has the apple and the orange. He put it. He tried to mix it. He makes it so. He makes it. He mixed all the juice. He in the glass. He said, drink. You taste it. Oh, everybody tasted the juice. You know, everybody started to get different opinion. Oh, the juice, it tastes in that kind of way. It tastes in that kind of way. You know, the man said this is common example of the man.
But I even for Megan, come back. I know you're not still on frozen. Come back. You finish your commentary. But yeah, Leon say where Oscar commenting from. I'm not seeing his comment. Oscar is commenting from YouTube. You know, we are live on both Facebook and YouTube. So Oscar is commenting from YouTube. That's why you're not seeing it. And he's also not seeing your comment until we post it until we put it on the screen. At the time you can see your comment. I guess Ibn Fuad will come back and finish his story. His example. But yeah, man, when it comes to polygamy, bro. Okay, yeah. Ibn Fuad, you're back. Go ahead. You were saying, are you back? Hello, Ibn Fuad, can you hear me? Are you back? Ibn Fuad, man. Yeah. Oh, I was saying, my man, ask Mohammed, my man, how many accounts you get? Wait, ask her, are you using 2 different accounts to be commenting here or what? I see Mohammed Dukle. Is that Aska or is that somebody else? Anyway, Aska said again, this is Aska account. According to the Old Testament, many righteous men had more than one wife, such as Abraham, Jacob, David, and Solomon. God did not condemn them for polygamy itself. In fact, the law of Moses regulated. Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what we're saying. I mean, Leon attested to that. He said that in the Old Testament, polygamy is okay, but the New Testament, where a lot of things was revised in Christianity, even that polygamy was not revised. It did that a man should move from in a house and go and leave his mother behind, father behind, and go be one with his wife. So because that word they use wife and did not use wife, they say.
Okay, I want you to do. I want to ask Leo whether polygamy is allowed, because he's kind of.
You see that the New Testament saying that the polygamy is not allowed. That's what you're saying. But Oscar said again, we show.
So the Old Testament, the New Testament come to cancel the Old Testament. Is that what he's saying?
In that particular saying, in that particular chapter, he's saying that yes, the New Testament rectifying some of the things that were done by the Old Testament or the old people of the old prophet that were marrying more than one or having more than one wife. The New Testament came to rectify that because God's original first plan was one man, one wife, equal one flesh, which of course is an interpretation. It's not written anywhere in the Bible. You not see anywhere God's plan is one man, one woman, equal one flesh. You not see it anywhere. These are interpretations. People can read it, something and say this is what it means. Just like the same way a lot of people say that, oh yeah, this is, they try to make other hadiths and all these things to say that this is what the Quran is saying here and there. It's interpretation.
Did he understand? Did he understand the example I was trying to give before I went off?
You did not finish your example. I tried to tell you just now. I said finish your example. You say the man gave the juice to these children in a class to drink the juice, and they start saying that the juice and things like that. And continue from there.
So everybody give different of opinion of the way it is, and they were not even certain that it tastes nice. Okay, so to make it clear, man say one woman, one man is capable of serving 3 women, and there is no problem at all. But 3 men, serving 1 woman is a serious problem. So it shows that yes, polygamy, you are trying to give how polygamy works.
Right.
You are trying to give us logic to understand, to analyze the example. That if a man have multiple wives, 3 wives, he sleep with them, everything can turn out fine, turn out normal. Because the question to the teacher was why men should marry more than 2 wives or more than 1 wife, and woman is not allowed to marry more than one husband. This was the question they asked them.
Yeah, it's a childish question. There are people that ask those questions. Very, very childish questions.
Yeah.
You know, why men will marry, if men get 2 more than 1 woman, then woman will get 2 more. These are, again, like I said, these are non-religious people. They don't understand what this is about. It don't matter what you explain to them. All they care about is that my man here. My man can't see with nobody. And you look at me, you leave me, you go see with somebody, and you do that thing to me? Who doing anything to you? Who doing anything to you? You see anybody doing that thing, they are
laughing. Your future wife shouldn't see you talking like that. Your future wife shouldn't watch the video.
Listen, you don't see the reason why I'm not marrying you. You don't see the reason why I'm not marrying you. Because my future wife, they're not just any woman. That real woman. That woman that they're not just, her belief is not just in her mouth. We have a lot of these children today, they're just talking about, oh, I'm a believer, I'm doing one. Everything is in their mouth. Their actions speaks differently from what they say. You can't stay in front of your husband saying that your husband not dating you, not cheating on you. The man say he want to marry somebody in the name of God. In the name of, you say no to that? What is wrong with you? What if the man go outside and start sleeping with other women? What do you do now? What do you do? And they get some satanic women outside there. They prefer their men to go sleep with women outside than for the men to marry the woman. They say, they can say that. The wife. But the men will have destiny, but the more people. What kind of satanic behavior is that? They tell the man to go commit adultery. You, the man, if you listen to that one, God holding you tomorrow responsible. Because God said that you should not commit adultery. Don't sleep with somebody when you marry. You go sleep outside out of your marriage. That is even worse thing. Marry your woman. If you're supposed to marry a second woman, marry the second woman. The only thing I would say that the first wife need to know. You need to inform the first wife about it. That this is what you need to know. You don't need her permission, but you need her knowledge. You need her to know about it. Let she be aware of it. That new person is coming to join our family. Let she be ready. She be open up. She be friendly. You're the one supposed to show the person around. You're supposed to serve as her big sister. I want a united family. Try to have a united family, a united front. I've seen some Muslim women, my brother. They are the ones that go out to look for the second and third wife for their husbands. They don't sit down and wait for their husband to go look for the woman. They themselves will look for the woman. They say, my husband, I saw no, look at that one. I've seen her. I know her behavior. I know how she's looking like. Everything. They will come and recommend the second wife to the husband. The husband doesn't even need to go look for something somewhere. The wife's already doing the job for him. You understand what I'm saying? These are people with higher level of faith, higher level of iman. Their religious belief is so strong.
High level of discipline as well. High level of discipline.
Yeah, bro, you can be disciplined any kind of way, but if you not get faith, if you're not reading the Quran constantly, you're not reading the scripture constantly.
Bro, most of people that can do that, they're not reading the Quran, bro. Some people do that, they're not reading the Quran.
They have to be.
Bro, listen, you can read the Quran, but you're not understanding it. You know that?
No, but
right?
But that's not reading now. We're talking about reading and understanding. That's what I mean.
But I'm telling you, in fact, most, bro, you wanna let's look at the European the European women. Some of them are Hafiza, some of them memorize the Quran, but But they don't. But when it comes to that, that identical aspect, bro, forget it.
Well,
They don't agree.
exactly.
They
If
can't
you
agree.
if you read the Quran, you memorize
So
it.
you can reading it is different from
This is what I'm
really
saying.
implementing
If
it.
you read the Quran, and you memorize it and you stay like against that kind of things that the Quran says, guess what? What are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, again, you are a Muslim 100%. I can't take that away from you, but at the end of the day, you know, there is something wrong with you, 100%. That hidayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not given all the hidayah that you're supposed to get. Wallahi, I'm telling you, if you can read and understand the entire Quran, you memorize it, but you are fighting your husband day and night for marrying a second wife. Come on, man. Where is your iman? Where is your iman? Where's your faith? Like, what are you doing?
There you have it, folks. This is my opinion podcast. We are
Why
discussing
you
interesting topic. Yeah. We got 3 hours now. We've gone 3 hours now, bro, and it's nice.
Yeah, but wait. Let me know. You are going somewhere?
I need to take a break. I'm taking a break to pray. I want to pray. When I finish praying, I will join you back.
All
But
right,
if you stay beyond that, I'll join you back. Yeah, I need to pray. I need to pray.
So go ahead. I'll be. You're not taking more than 5 minutes, would you?
10 minutes.
Why would you take 10 minutes, my man?
I'm gonna explain all that. I need to go. I need to go to the bathroom. I need to wash myself. I need to take ablution. I need to come. You want me to explain all that? How many minutes? How I want to take?
Yeah. You take 10 minutes. Maybe you go outside. You're praying in group or you pray alone. What are you doing?
No. I'm just gonna pray in my room, and I need to.
You pray in your room. What are you want
Okay,
wait. That 1 minute. To take your wudu that 1 minute, your prayers will be 4 minutes. All together 5 minutes.
I'm going to washroom. I'm going in the washroom. After the washroom, I come and take a brush. I can go to the washroom for 1 minute. I'm going to the.
Okay, man. Go do your thing. Go do
your
thing.
So I'm saying 10 minutes now. I don't want you taking my time. Yeah.
Go come back. I'm here. Go come back. But yo, 100%, bro. Polygamy is the way. I'm telling you, people who disagree with polygamy and try to do all kind of thing, bring problem into their own lives. Again, like I said earlier, they are lacking a lot of faith and they are lacking a lot of understanding of the Quran. They don't have faith. They just say that, oh yeah, they are Muslim or Christians. A lot of Christians say they don't eat. If you tell them about polygamy, it's like, oh my God, bro, you are a Christian. You say you don't believe in polygamy. You don't believe in polygamy? You think that you're the only one sleeping with your man? That your man that you get there? You think that you're the only one sleeping with him? 99% of the men will come to say, yeah, I mean, you the one. That's not you the one. I'm telling you the serious thing. It's not only you. They will tell you, yeah, you are the only person, but you're not the only person. Let's keep it real. And the only thing that makes sense is that, yes, you got to, be comfortable with the fact that, yes, your husband can have, you and still have another woman, but this woman is not a girlfriend. Not just that that you think I go sleep with. And you're going to go sleep with, I love her. No, that is adultery, that is sin, that is a crime. You shouldn't do that. It's not just sin, it's crime, it's criminal. You are married and you sleep with another man outside. So this is why Islam, not just Islam, I believe even Christianity, the Bible, allow men to marry more than one wife. It is the new world that we're living in today, the government that we have put in place, the institutions that we have put in place today, they try to demonize God's way of life, that men should be entitled to marry more than one, right? So when you hear that somebody get more than one wife, the man is a bigot. The man is misogynistic, he hate women. He just feel like he's better than woman. Why one man will marry more than, one man will marry more than one woman? Which is a man is better than a woman. So they try to compare man and woman. Man and woman are the same. And man and woman are the same, right? Man and woman are the same. And, it only makes sense that a man who is capable, who is responsible, who is just, should marry more than one wife if he wants to. And the wife should be the first person that will understand that and accept that fact. If the wife has any form, any ounce of sense or any ounce of faith in her religious belief or whatsoever. Because most of the people that I have seen, most of the women that I have seen that have problem with this idea, with this way of life, most of the women that I've seen that have problem with it, They are women that have no religious affiliation. They claim to be Muslims, they claim to be Christians, but they don't practice their religion. They just in their mouth, I'm a Muslim woman, I'm a Christian woman, but they don't practice. They don't practice. And a lot of those that practice, especially from the Christian side, they have gotten confused by these new additions of the Bible. They have new versions of the Bible saying that, oh yes, God original plan was one man, one woman, because when God created Adam, he only created Eve. What are you talking about? So God created the first man and created the first woman. So that originally mean that only one man can only marry one woman. That only that one mean. So when all the prophets that came, that God sent, all of them came, they were having multiple wives. That sin they were committing. When God was telling them to go marry those people, because all of their marriages that God ordained, they would jump over all that one and say, no. But when God created Adam, that Eve and Eva God created, or that only Eve God created. These are people that have no religious affiliation. Their religion is in their mouth, right? And some of them, they, interpret the scripture to befit their narrative, to befit their condition, their situation, whatever the case is. They don't want to, to say that, yeah, this is the scripture and it is right. Even if I don't like it, I got to stay by it, right? What did Oscar say? Oscar say, I would like to hear what Ibn Fua have to say about what? Okay, about this. Okay, Oscar say, my question to you all, in Islam, a man is allowed to marry up to 4 wives if he can take care of them. Okay, if he can take care of them. If I see the question mark, that's why. If he can take care of their needs and treat them fairly, if someone is truly able to do all of that, can he marry a 5th? I mean, again, that is a very, very good question. That is something that I myself have been struggling with, because I've seen people who marry more than 4. Now, in the Quran, it's not there that you should not marry more than 4. They just say that, a man should marry. You should marry instead that you should marry in 2, 3, or 4. But if you can't do justice, or you can't be just, marry only 1. And that statement to say marry only 1, you will never see in any scripture, whether that the Bible, whether that the Torah, or the Purana Vita, Bhagavad Vita, I think that's the name, the Hindu book, or any other religious book on the face of the planet. You will never see where it says that men must marry only 1. The only scripture that says that men must marry only 1, that the Quran. The Quran is the only book that says that you must marry only 1. That word, those same terms, only 1. If you cannot do just among them, marry only 1. Only in the Quran you can find it. Like I was telling Leon just now in the comments. The only way you cannot find that thing in the Bible, that marry only 1, you will see certain things. They say, oh, a man will leave a father, you must leave your mother, and you must move in with your wife, and you and your wife will be one flesh. What do you mean by that? It not mean that you must marry only 1. That one not mean that one. You're not talking about marry. You're talking about, yes, you and your woman must be 1. If you get 1 woman, nobody will start marrying the first day you marry, you're going to marry 3 women. No. The first time you marry, your marriage will be 1. Everybody that getting married, the first time they get married, they marry 1. So if the scripture is talking about you and a woman, they're going to talk about a woman, your woman, right? That's it. Your woman, you're not going to say, oh, because you have to notice the Bible never say wives. The Bible say wife. Only wife is a singular term. And the wives is the plural. Because yes, the Bible is in a state of you marrying, being with a wife. You're not going to start marrying starting from 3. You got to start from 1. If you leaving your father alone, you leaving your mother alone, and you moving in with a woman, you can't just move in with 2 women right away. You got to move in with 1 woman first, and then the second one or the third one may come in later. This is what the Bible is saying. But again, people will take it out of context and try to interpret it in their own way to say that, oh no, the Bible always use the word wife. They never say wives. And the Bible is talking about the King James Version. And people keep talking King James Version. And how they call it, before I was talking about it earlier. the King James Version. King James. You have to understand, who is King James? This is a king from England. He has his own version of the Bible. An English king has his own version of the Bible. And this is why people passing around, what they call it, really holding onto as the scripture from God. A version of the scripture that was put together by a king of England. This is why you will not see it in the Old Testament. You only see it in our King James Version, right? You're not seeing it, even in the King James Version said, it still never say that one man, one woman. It's still not written there one man will marry only one woman. That is there. You never see it there. So up to the 5, if you say up to 5 wives, again, I've seen people marry more than 4 women. Plenty. Some of them even marrying 12. And I don't know what to say about that, right? Before, when you're ready, you can ask yourself on the stage. Okay, yeah, exactly. I don't know what to say about that. People, and since Ibufwa is here, I think Ibufwa, you can address their comment. Aska is saying that in Islam, a man is married, is allowed to marry up to 4 wives. But what if is it okay that if they can marry up to 5? What is wrong? Is there anything wrong with that?
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be.
You cannot marry. You cannot marry up to 5, bro. This is the ruling directly from the Quran. There's no addition, to it, and there's no subtraction to it. So as a Muslim, whatever the Quran says, we should obey and just go by it. Obey. Sami'an wa ta'atan. Hada Quran. This is from Allah. He's the one that created us. He knows what is best for human being. So he said 4. There's a joke about this. A guy went to this Imam, a money man. He wanted to marry the 5th wife. He said, if you find ayah in the Quran, that show that I'm gonna marry 5 women, I'll be your horse. And the man innovated his own ayah. But at the end of the day, yeah, he brought in ayah of the Quran, but it's not talking about marriage. But it's talking about 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, and say Yazidu, and say you can add. So, but that's just for fun. But you cannot make it 5, bro. That's what the Quran says.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to say the same thing, but our people them, back home they marry more than 4. Some of them allow them marry more than 4, and for whatever reason they keep doing it. So
yeah, some people, some of them out of ignorance. I don't think that some people that they know that yes, indeed the Quran says 4, but it still go above that.
Right.
And which of course that's going against Allah. Seriously.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I think we'll have to move on to another topic, but again, last words on this topic. Polygamy, like I said earlier again, polygamy is a great thing for the world to benefit from, not just Islam or Africa or Liberia, that for the whole world, the whole humanity to benefit from. It's a good thing, it's a great thing, and it's ordained by God himself. There is no scriptures anywhere that you can see that say that polygamy is a sin or is a crime. You will never see it anywhere. People have tried to manufacture their own things. Even with all that one said, still, it's not still, how they call it, disputing polygamy. And, like I will say this for the last time, at least for today, anybody that disagrees with polygamy, whether you are a man or a woman, either you are ignorant about the scriptures, and say ignorant, not in a negative form to say that you are stupid. No, it means that you are not just aware, you are not informed, about the scriptures, from of God, right? And or maybe you are lacking a lot of faith. Maybe a lot of people see the scripture, they see it is written there clear that nothing wrong with polygamy, but at the same time they still go against it. These are people that are faithless people. They don't have faith. They don't have any religion. They claim to be part of this religion or that religion, but they don't have any faith in it. And then they have other people there that get confused because the scripture has been edited in a way to fit their narrative, to fit what they want, their comfort zone, and they want to believe that. So when they see that, they just go with that. You know what I'm saying? But because if God's original plan was every man should get one woman, only one man, one woman. If you see the one to one ratio between man and woman, the amount of women that will live behind on the earth that only God knows. That only
I
God
want to
knows.
talk about it. I wanted to talk about. I don't know. You mentioned that if every man can marry, let's say 5. Every man, according to the ratio we get in the world right now, every man marry 5. Every man marry 5. Women will still leave over. It will
Right.
still, women will still leave over. We have seen in other countries women are protesting that they don't have men. They don't have men. And there are other
That-
countries women are protesting. They want to be second wife. They want to be 10 wife. They want to be 4 wife.
yeah.
They,
Exactly. But a lot
we
of
have
these
seen
people,
this, and this is not for only broadcasting for news or other things. This is something that is happening. It's something that is a reality. It
a
is.
lot of the people
It is
that
a
are talking
reality.
against this, a lot of people that are talking against this, they have no idea what is going on. All they care about is their own little situation that they have, and the people that are running, they want to make them feel better. But if you're looking at the problem from a general perspective, the whole problem. Look at the war that been going on between Ukraine and Russia. More than 1 million people has been decimated. 99.99% of the people that have been killed for the past 2 years in that war, they are men.
Bro,
That
Aska is still asking us to say, yeah, you can take 5, bro. You can be a multi-billionaire, bro. You can be the Elon Musk, or you can be Dangote, bro. The Quran, what the Quran say, there's no other new verse coming down again.
yeah,
The
that is the
verses
thing.
that is in our
I would
hand.
say I would say this,
So,
right? If people
you
do
don't have
that,
to marry 5. If you want to
no,
have
no,
the 5th one, you can help her or marry somebody else, for them. That's or you can help another person who want to marry the second who don't have the chance. You can help them to marry the second one, the third, the fourth, bro.
if
But
people go ahead and marry more than 4, they're doing it on their own. And if you look at the Quran again, if you were supposed to marry more than 4, the Quran will say to marry as
yeah,
many as you can possibly marry and be just among them. But why did the Quran stop to 4? It said you should marry in 2s, 3, or 4 if you can do just. But if you know that you can do just marry only 1. Why did it stop to only 4? There is a reason why it stopped to only 4. If you could marry more than 4, it will say that you can marry 2, 3, or as many as you can, as long as you can be just among them. But if you know you can be just among them, marry only 1. I was going to say. So yeah, I agree with you. On that 100%. I think 4 is the maximum. I believe so. Again, like I was saying,
yeah,
the
bro.
war in
Can you
Ukraine
stop?
and
Can you
Russia.
stop? Reparaphrasing the question. No, I want to tell you. Can you start reparaphrasing the question on 5 level, bro? Go.
Right, exactly. I think that is the last one about the 5. But yeah, man, the war in Ukraine is a clear example. The amount of people that have died in that war and the percentage that belong to men and the percentage that belong to women is like 99.99% of them that men, that people that have died in the war. And this is like almost every war that have been going on since the beginning of time. Most of the people that die in the war are men, and the birth
Yeah,
rate is in a winning favor. There are more girls that are being born compared to
to
men.
Bill.
Yes, and they living long. Women live longer than men. So all these things, the rate is always, yes, women live longer than men because we do all the most risky job, the hardest job, the craziest. Like we do all kinds. We put our life in danger there, so it's easier for men to die, earlier than compared to. Why are you laughing for, bro?
No, that statement is funny that women can live longer than men. It's funny.
You don't believe it?
Bro, that's this my opinion podcast, bro. This is my opinion
No, I'm
podcast. So
asking you now. I know. You don't believe that is true that women live longer than men generally?
I think it's just a quotation, and everybody can die, bro.
There is a research that has been done that women live longer than men.
Probably
Literally.
be right. And then you are mentioning the history of male, female. Let's look at the one that's in the Quran or in the Bible, during the time of Moses, Pharaoh slaughtering boys, children. For how long Pharaoh kept slaughtering boys, children. For how long in Egypt?
Ah,
For a very long time.
well, and
A
guess
very
what?
long
And,
time. So
guess what?
history say about 3 years. That will happen for 3 years. Any newborn boy, okay, you.
Okay. That one
Yeah.
alone. that one alone will affect the birth rate between men and women, or the population rate between men and women. And that was during Pharaoh time. And even today, I come in, wait. Don't ask her, wait. Even in today, if you go to war zone, men are being killed more than women. Why? The moment they see young men, whether you are a fighter, you are not a fighter, you are a threat. If you are a young man, you are a threat. That's how they do. In every war zone that you go, whether Sudan, whether Congo, whether anywhere in even during the Liberian Civil War, men were at danger way more than women, right? So any war zone you go to, men are being killed more. And even other places where war is not going on, like I said earlier, go to the coal mine. When you go to the coal mine, go to the diamond mine, go to the gold mine, and see the amount of men are working in those places that are the very, very dangerous work. When you see all those big skyscrapers that are built so long, look at the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. Who you think that build those things? You think that women they climb up there to go build out something? We men, we build those things. We go up there and risk our life. People die doing those things, building bridges over literal seas. You know what I'm saying? So men risk their life all day, every day, expose themselves to danger, expose themselves to diseases and all these things. So we die earlier, 100% compared to the women. So with that being a fact, it imbalance the population of women compared to men. And if all men marry only one woman, there will be a leftover of billions of women, if not hundreds of millions of women. And then where would they go? Guess what? Men will start being unfaithful. You have only one wife, but you have concubines outside everywhere. And because the other woman that will be left behind, what you think they will be doing? You think they will just sit and they will not do nothing? But
bro, even for having multiple wives, it's really, really, challenging. It's challenging. It's challenging. So it's not something enjoyment. It's not like enjoyment. It's like that, bro.
This is not about enjoyment. It's about this is the way God created things. Asker, this is the same thing that answer your question to say what's the difference? What difference does it make four versus five? The difference is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say four. He did not say five. That's the difference.
What I wanted to ask guys is that we are not the one that wrote the Quran. Astaghfirullah. It is a revelation from Allah. Do not go beyond what the Quran says, bro. Do not ask beyond what the Quran says. Don't go there. You are a Muslim, you should believe in the Quran. Don't have no doubt. Because this is the book that there is no doubt. That's shak. There's no doubt into it. So when the Quran says this, we as a Muslim or human being, we should just obey it. So he's asking what difference does it make? I don't have the answer for that.
But the answer that if you answer already, then you not get answer for it. If you answer already, the answer is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say four.
No, he probably won't say yeah, but man, there's no way we can bear around what the Quran says. You can't bear around it.
But the difference there,
it come.
A big difference there. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to say five, he would have said five. There is a reason he started from 2 all the way to 4. He did not stop at 3. Why did he not stop at 3? Or why did he not say 2 only?
And he didn't even start with 1. He didn't even start with 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
He come back to 1. So there's logic in it.
There is a clear logic in it. If you know you can do justice, then marry only 1. But if you can do justice, you can marry 2, 3, or 4. 2, 3, or 4. Look at that. You continue to 5 or 6. Or you not stop to 3 or 2,
you want to 5, eh? You want to 5.
Well, you not get 1 year, then you think about 5. That get happy. Okay, let me read you a question from. I don't know if this is a question or statement. Ask us again. I understand what the Quran says. I'm just asking out of curiosity for brothers. That's all. Yeah, 100% to 100%, 100%. But and you are speaking for a lot of people, bro. 100%. You are speaking for a lot of people in a different way, in so many different ways. Right. So. Yeah, again.
That's clamas. That's clamas on this talking point. And the demolition of houses, that is rampant.
Yeah.
That's why you laughing?
Yeah, go ahead. I understand. Go ahead. No problem.
It It is rampant in the society, in our environment right now, bro.
What is
Every day,
rampant?
yeah, the demolition of houses that is going on now in the country,
Right,
bro.
right.
To be honest, I'm not currently in Liberia, but every day we think about Liberia. Every day we're talking in Liberia. Every day. I in Liberia, you know, my heart, just my body is out of Liberia, but every day we want to know what's happening in the country. Every day to day. We wake up in the morning, when we pray, we check our phone, we check the news, you know, just to know what's going on. But in recent time, in these days, these weeks, you know, we are seeing a lot of, you know, building going down. A lot of building going down, you know. And
Regarding the demolition, I would say
some
it's senseless. It's senseless. You know,
so I don't know
it's
what do you think is the reason for all this? What do you
about
think
saying
is it
about saying
development people trying to bring in, or people claiming their property, or what?
before. That's what I'm saying now. Regarding the demolition, I think it's senseless, right? You know, and
It's
yes,
senseless.
it's yes, the way they're going about it is senseless, 100%. You know, again, this is developmental, 100%, and like people with them crying for development. And you know, when you cry for development or when you ask for something, or at least there's a saying that say that if you pray for the rain, then you should prepare to deal with the mud too. Because when the rain comes, the potter will be everywhere. You got to be ready to deal with the mud. That's the same thing with this. If you pray for development coming, you got to be prepared for the consequences or the challenges that may come along with it. And some of the challenges is to remove certain people from certain places. Again, there are a lot of demolition that are going on in Liberia. You have Roto Town demolition. You have Saytown. You have 72nd. You know the Barak area there. You have Hotel Africa,
FPRC,
Banjasa,
FPRC.
FPRC also. So there are multiple. You have Oro, Cali Hospital community demolition going on. So many demolition going on in one Monrovia, and it's all in the name of development, which is understandable. 100%, it is development. I'm not saying that it is not development; it is developmental. But the way they're going about it, you are uprooting thousands and thousands of people from their homes. Some of them they own the land. Some of them they were just squatting. It doesn't matter whether they're squatting or they're not squatting. If you're removing somebody from anywhere as a home, especially they're not just one banana staying somewhere where you can move them, they'll go find another area the next day. These are family. People, we're talking about 5-year-old children, and they even get a place to sleep. Like I said, I read an article of a woman who literally sleeping outside on the street. Literally. Yesterday she was in her house. Today she on the street feeding her, children in the zine run that they just, built just now. Literally, this type of development the development is good, but what are you going to do for these people, like about their condition? You can't just put them out and make them homeless in a matter of seconds, and you just move on with your life. Yes, I know Liberians. When the government, if the government was going to wake up right now and say that, you know what, all the people that we are removing them from their locations, we'll give them relocation packages. It may not be like thousands of dollars worth, but maybe $500, $1,000, per family, just for them to relocate to somewhere with zero or whatsoever that they can build somewhere, and we'll give them the land spot for them to be squatting for now, but they have to be removed from where they are for now. If they do that one, you see a lot of people going there. They will go, yeah, myself, I've been living here too. I bet a lot of fake people that will go plant themselves on those land as if they've been living in our place, just so that they can get those relocation packages. I know Liberian very, very well. I'm one of them. They will do that. But again, this is why you have to do a lot of investigation to know who are the real victims for this type of relocation. Who are the real original people who have been staying down there for, who this development is really affecting, and you can do something about their situation. You can't just sit down and just, act as if nothing, how they call it, yeah, my man, I'll just move there for them, and then you make them homeless, and then you go by your business. The president is not even talking about it. None of the representative, the only representative I've seen that talking about it.
The president spoke about it. The president spoke about it.
Where and when did he speak about it?
I saw a video of the president. He said, God is not making new land, and if the people want their land, they should take that land. I think he was addressing the 72nd barracks. He said, God is not making new land. Did you not see that video?
I'm not seeing it. He said God is not making new land.
Yes, he said God is not making new land. So if the AFL come for that place, they should give that place, and the AFL know that they know that boundary. They will not take people property.
That is a very, very autocratic way of talking. Who talks
Oh,
like
bro,
that?
I thought you saw the video. You want me to find the video for you?
I've never seen that video before. I've never seen that video before. That is a very, very autocratic way of talking. How you the president, you the leader of the country, you gonna come the people that facing serious problem, then you say, oh, I'm gonna call it Ghana making new land. If the people that come for the land, let they take that land. The hard people can leave. You must yet talk because I'm yet talk. Anything I can't in my mind, I'm yet talking. You can go find solution to the people problem. Yeah, my man. I'm being dead serious here because that is just like being very, very careless. There are thousands of people being homeless, not get nowhere to go sleep. Children, they not get nowhere to go sleep. They say, Ghana making new land. The plenty land we get in bro. Ghana making new land. You, the president of the country, you cannot relocate those people, give them new place to go squat until they can get on their feet. They say, Ghana making new land. The amount of land we get in Labrador, how many percentage of the land that you think the Labradorians are occupying in Labrador? We're not even occupying up to 10% of the land that we get in Labrador. And you say, Ghana making new land. There are land everywhere in Labrador. Everybody just want to stay in our central Monrovia area there. Nobody want to live on there. The problem are there. You can find a land on the outskirts of Monrovia, a big land, and try to base on zero there. So kind of solid zero and give the people about $1,000, give them relocation packages so that they can move there. So that you can give them a scheme to carry out your development. So man, if you're not ready to show the video, bro, if you're not ready to show the video, me yourself, when you play the video, me yourself, the sound is, I'm muting you. When you're ready, you unmute yourself. I don't know what you're on there. But yeah, you can't do that. You want to relocate those people, be very, very, how do you call it? Sensitive about the people problem, about the people issue. You gotta approach it with some type of, with some empathy. Like you can just go on making new land. How do you call it? What is the word? You evicting more than how do you call it, thousands of people from one place. Then you say go on making new land. That's the speech of the president. That is very, very uncalled for. It is uncalled for. Ibn Fuwa, what are you doing? Are you here or what? Big guy. But yeah. So there are a lot of, like I was saying, there are a lot of demolition going on. The one that are going on, the only person that I've seen talk about this issue meaning is DJ Blue. He has actually been lying to his people. He went to his people in Hotel Africa, start talking to them about how the government is preparing relocation packages. So when the Ministry of Public Welfare, when they're marking their number name, their houses name with MPW, meaning Ministry of Public Work, where 057, they will not humble the people, they allow the people to mark their houses because the day the government is giving relocation packages, that those numbers they will go back, which is actually fallacy. They marking those numbers telling that you come and bust down your house. That's why they're marking the number. That's why they're marking the horses. They're not marking the horse just so that they will bring relocation packages. We have never seen the government giving relocation packages to any how do you call it, victims of government demolitions. Ever. They don't do that. They don't even offer any type of sympathy or empathy in their speeches when they're talking about these situations. And like what Fufi just said, the president going on air talking about government and making new land if AFL come for their land. What about if AFL come for their land? You talking as if that you are not the commander-in-chief of the AFL, as if the AFL is an institution that not get nothing to do with you. You just say if the AFL come for their land, they must take their land. If the AFL come for their land, you are the damn commander-in-chief. You control the AFL. You tell them what is their land, what is not their land. And nobody is saying that the land is not for the AFL. It is for the AFL. But it is the manner in which they take the land back. You can't just come and say, oh, yeah, the land for the AFL, so you give it to the AFL. You know how they call it, if the AFL come for their land. If the AFL come for their land, wake up and act like a real leader. Leadership is not just always about Ryan Private Jet and going to Nigeria or going to Africa. That's not what it is. It's about really solving the problem within the country. It's not all the time about being on the internet or being on TV. Solve the problem that are affecting the people. And sometimes you may not be able to succeed in solving the problem But the way in which you try to solve the problem and you fail, people, you will be commendable for that. 100%. What did Aska say? Aska has a comment here. Aska said, in one of the latest disputes over the 72nd Military Barracks land, President Bouaka backed the army's effort to reclaim property he said legitimately belongs to the armed forces of Liberia. He stressed that state assets should be protected and that where boundaries are unclear, proper legal processes must be used to establish them. I agree 1,000%. Like I said, the land is for the AFL. It belongs to the AFL. It should be given to the AFL, and the people should be removed from the land. But how are you going to remove them from there? They are family. You are on mute, Mr. Fuad. You have to unmute yourself.
Okay, I want you to listen to the video now. Play the video.
1 second. 1 second. Let me just make a statement, then you can play the video. So, like I was saying, it belongs to the AFL, it should be given to the AFL, but it is the manner in which you give it back to them. It is the manner in which you move the people that are there. You go find a new place for the people, you give them some relocation packages, and make it look nice. Explain it to them. And some of them that you may not be able to even give them relocation packages. The way in which you stay in solidarity with them, share their struggle with them, make them understand that you feel them, you know what they are going to, you know what they are going through, but you make them understand that this is a sacrifice they have to make for the betterment of Mama Liberia. But you can't just go on air and go say, man, AFL will come for their land, go now making new land. Who talk like that? You talk like as if you are, President Tubman from in the 1950s or 40s. And what the hell is wrong with you? You don't talk like that. This is 2026. You can say Ghana making new land. We give surplus land in Liberia. Give the land, give some another land to the people. Try to, relocate them, talk to them, share that problem with them, and solve the problem like a real leader. You don't talk like as if this is wartime. Yeah, go ahead, brother. You wanted to share a video. Go ahead.
Reconsider them because the army been trying with the beach and livelihood that they place. God is not making new land. That place was for the army. And the army is going there to take it back.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was echoing, but I definitely get it. I hear it 100%. You say, yeah, that place.
I'll play again. No, I hear it. You're all right, bro. You're all right. He said that, Ghana making new land. That place is for the army. The army will go there and go take the land. You know what you say? Yeah. Again, like I said, we all agree that the place for the army not going there to go take it. Like, what do you mean by the army? When you talk like that, as if the army is an institution and not get nothing to do with you, yet you are the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia. So don't say the army is going there to take it. Say that place is a government land. We need our land. That's the barrack land for the armed forces of Liberia. And the people that have been squatting there, they know that for a long period of time. You say that, and we understand that people that are there, they there with family, children there, we know that it's going to affect them. Overnight, you just can't say people are going to move from there. You have to understand, you have to share that struggle. You can't just talk so heartlessly like that, and not good. This is why you get these men out there, they're talking very bad of the government. Their talking points are very, very one-sided. And but anyway, Aska, I have a comment here. Let me see. He said, yes, sir, backing the army without fully considering community and customary claims risk ignoring long-standing residents. Yeah, I agree. Legal processes in Liberia are often slow and biased, so prioritizing state power could worsen tension instead of resolving them. I agree 100%, especially if a government like this, which Liberia have always had since my early time, Jawia time, and now Bouaka time, all the government, the country have always been divided, almost 50-50. You have 50% of the country in favor of the government, the other 50% is against the government. And so if your government is like that, 50-50 government in the country, you have to be careful how you speak about people's condition. Some of these people, they voted for you. Some of them, they did not vote for you. The one that did not vote for you, just making it to even hate you more because the way you're talking about their situation, the way you're addressing their situation, Ghana making new land. What does that mean? Ghana making new land? What is the sense in that? Who talk like that?
Ghana making new land. The people they're talking about the one place to sleep. They say Ghana making new land. Ghana making new land. God talking to you. God tell you that you're not making new land. When was the last time you talked to God? God tell you that you're not making new land. Because as far as we are concerned, God, all the planets that are in the universe that God make it, and these are all land. Most of them are land. So who are you to say that God not making new land? You won't get talk. Everybody won't be giving, street talk or sort of, back talk to people. God not making new land. The people are facing serious homelessness crisis, and you are saying that God not making new land. That the talk you're giving them, your people, as a leader. Come on, man. The Bible sometimes when you talk, you'll be saying that what kind of thing the Bible talking so? And and people that are around here that they don't want to be giving you that kind of loose talk. You stay away from loose talk. Be our father. Be as an old man as you are, our father. Talk like a leader, as an old man. You see, addressing people's problem, address their problem with empathy, with serious concern. You say, I understand you, my people. I understand you. This is a huge problem. Some of your children will not get a place to sleep. This is a big problem. But this is the government lane. We'll give you so time. We'll give you, we'll give you 6 months. You'll try to relocate in 6 months time. But you'll move from there. Yeah, go ahead. What do you say?
Some of the property that are being acquired is they are all private property, and the owner came back trying to get their land back. And don't see Liberia now, don't see Congo. Most of the land around, especially the front view there, most of that area the owner land in America. Like we were just thinking about diaspora coming back to invest in the country. Most of the land owner land in America. And our people, when they see vulnerable land, I'm not defending the demolition of home without compensation. It makes sense. Even a kind war. The person
that is the main compensation.
A kind war is like a charity. A man is in pain, losing his home, and then when you talk to them nice, even they don't get anything, but then they will get that zeal, that spirit.
That's you. That is my whole point. That's my whole point. People, imagine you the president, right? Imagine you President Baka, you go on down there on the ground, you meet those people, then you shake their hand, you hold their hand, you talk to them, not just to that barrack, even 72nd. Even Roto Town, the one that they bought in their houses for the sake of the overpass bridge and all these things. You hold their hand that you guys you have to sacrifice. Even though that government, you have to sacrifice. This is sacrifice. If you not get money to spare them, talk to them, relate to them. Say that this is all in the betterment of Liberia. But you can't be saying that not making new land. Who are you talking to?
Yeah, even me, I was affected. I was affected by that. We are hoping that the government could do some compensation at least. But if you're not compensated, okay, we own government property. Everybody, if the entire country belong to government, everywhere everybody's in a government, wherever that government will take it. I'll buy it clear. But the thing is, the kind of statement, it was so unfortunate it came from him. I said when I saw the video, I was shocked. I was really, really shocked. People are devastated. People are confused. They don't know where to go. You as a leader, and then how other people, backing his statement, say, the rescue. I listened to the information. They say the rescue talking about is to come and abide by the rule of law. What is right to do, what is right, and what is wrong to forbid what is wrong. Are you kidding me? You get thousands of people. Thousands of people are going to be homeless. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go.
Yeah.
I've been in this condition before.
You have to say as a president is that
I know how it feels. I know how it feels to be separated. Some family are going to be separated. Some family are going to go left, east. Everybody going to scatter.
Right.
Until God knows where. So you as a leader, the number one, the CRC, he was among the, I think maybe he was among the army men when he made, he was among the army men when he made that statement. Probably maybe if you're gonna go ask to why the army doing, maybe
it doesn't even matter if you are among the army men or among the police. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, what to say?
You as the leader, you are the leader of the people. The army men, they are people in uniform. That's what they are. They are people. If you are not a people leader, then who are you? If you are talking like that, and you're telling the people that like you just mentioned, people that are going to be homeless, and you say that God not making new land.
God, I'm making new land.
Who
And
does
I
this?
thought, man, it was.
So it's fair to say nothing is changing yet. Something is changing. We're not
Things are
getting it
changing,
wrong.
but so
Changing.
this is why people
now,
I believe the public should get.
Yeah, there are a lot of progressive stuff that are going on, but again, whenever the president make mistake like this, or when he's doing something like this, the wise minds, will come out and literally criticize him and what we should all be doing. You can support the president, you support his presidency, but when he's wrong, you definitely be ready to call him out for it that he's wrong. You can't do that. These people are already suffering, most of them. And listen, I know that there are like diaspora that get laying out something whatsoever. I'm not even talking about those people. Again, I'm not merely talking about financial compensation. I'm just talking about sharing the people problem, trying to make them understand. I've said this over and over. You cannot be the leader of the people if you don't stay with the people. And standing with the people is not like, oh yeah, anything the people don't want, you must just do it. No, go to them, stay on the ground, hold their hand, talk to them face to face. You just say it. Mama, you know what I mean? That thing you just said that you experience it. That demolition that happened in FPRC. Imagine the president at the time was going to come on ground that day and stand in front of you and talk to you in the foyer. And literally as talking to everybody, but he reach to you and talk to you, hold you, whether hold you by your face or hold you by your hand and touch you and try to relate to your problem to say that yes, it is part of this. It will make us better. I swear that day the pain was still going to be there, but it will going to motivate you to move on to the next step, and you're going to create that image of you regarding the president. But the president coming outside and just laying out things like that is crazy, and so but yeah, man, that is it. I think that will be the end of today's discussion. What do you think?
Well, about that, you have said it all. The statement is, I don't want to use any adjective, but it was, unexpected from somebody with wise experience into government, somebody who came from down all the way up. The kind of statement was unexpected, at least. Although despite journalists are trying to politicize the whole thing, because, you see some of the journalists asking the victim, what you think about 2020 now? Other political parties are coming, acting like in solidarity with the people, standing, preaching, other organizations that stand. You see that chairman inviting people, just trying to politicize it. At the end of the day, it is Liberia. If everybody care for the good of Liberia, then we'll do what is right. Because there are a lot of politicians in the country. Why the country is not developed? Why? Because people just talk.
Right.
They just talk. They kind of statement from the president. Some family, I believe, it broke their heart, and it made them pull. My sister have to go on this to 3 separate areas, bro. It was not easy, but alhamdulillah, we managed to get back on our feet. So I know very well the circumstances. I know how it feels. But if I'm a victim and the president made a kind of statement, seriously, I will forever in my life not forget about it. Forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Not forget about it.
So this is why I said that it was senseless. Maybe when I say it was senseless, that was a little bit too aggressive.
About the compensation, these are things you talk about. Yeah, this kind of thing. I'm talking about government, area that government is coming to take about. I'm talking about area that quote unquote, people go to court about it and winning. I'm talking about that one. I'm talking about area that government is taking over. That's the thing. I'm talking about area private land dispute. That one, government not going to can't compensate those who occupy illegal property. I'm not talking about that, but an area where the government is taking from citizens or their land, the government taking from the citizens. At least talk to the people, give them something. If you can't get them something, talk to them or show the area. Say y'all go on this side, y'all go fender. You know more why learning in like bro. You say God is not making. You know why learning down there. A lot of places, people, Virgin Land and people are living there. Everybody won't be packed in a tech era.
Well, this is exactly this is what I'm saying. Again, even if you're moving the people from down there, you're carrying them to another place, you're giving them squatting land, giving them 5 years. In other words, giving it to them forever. Giving them 10 years or 25 years, so they play you can stay here for the next 25 years because we'll not be needing the place here. You all can't stay here for the next 25. That's all you will do, and you talk with them, you sit down with them, you share a struggle with them. That's it. That's what I said in the beginning. I say, the demolition processes, they are senseless. And maybe that must have that may have might have been a little bit aggressive, but it is what it is. I still believe that is the president. I expected him to go about it way more sensibly, way more logically, wisely than the way he did, talking about God not making new land. That is like this is the kind of thing that you hear from primary or elementary politicians that just coming into the game, not a seasoned person who is almost approaching his 90s. Be talking like that one. What is
That's what it is, bro. It is what it is.
Making that kind of statement, but anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, man. That is it for us today. We are 3 hours 55 minutes in, and my opinion podcast. I will read the last comment from Askar Mohammed from YouTube. Saying that there is a recent trending story involving a former First Lady of Liberia and government land or asset investigation. What? Former First Lady of Liberia? Who the former First Lady of Liberia is that?
I think that's Clawia Foundation. I think the foundation is under investigation, talking about the fund, how she acquired the fund to build the foundation. But however, that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, that's a topic for another day. But yeah, that is
too much. My next appearance on the Opinion Podcast. I hope that we can come and talk about something very, very much interesting. Something that
let's talk about that behind the scene. Let's not talk that on the live. Let's talk about that behind the scene.
No, yeah. I'm coming and next week I'll be next week.
Bro, let's talk about that behind the scene. When you say you're coming, but you're still discussing that on the live. This is a live.
So you can talk about it. You gotta.
No, you go on live. You want to talk about things that we how they call it, our opinion on issue.
You gotta give a view. It is best. We give our viewer what is coming next week so that they can be anxious to come on to make this announcement.
Those are things that we have never made any plan for. We have never decided what is going to come next week. We're going to discuss that behind the scene, and then if you want to post it, you can post it. But you can, you on a live. If you want to discuss anything, we discuss it here. But you know how to call it. Listen, Ed. So that is it for you guys that are watching. Please go ahead, like the live, follow us and all that stuff. This is my opinion podcast where everybody's opinions matter. And thank you for hanging out with us today. To Askar, thank you for all the comments from YouTube and also Facebook. And Leon Puden, thank you, and everybody that watch and like the live, because we have at least it how they call it. But it is what it is, man. We will come by here again, Saturday, 1 p.m. Liberian time. Every Saturday, 1 p.m. Liberian time, we are here on live. So that's it, man. Have a great day, and we shall see you again Saturday. Oh man.